You kick, now dismount. You did it. You did it. You did it. You did it. I know. All right, guys, Johnny Rocket here with another video series. We're going to teach LaQuesha how to swim in 4 days. Now, she already knows some basics, like how to push off the wall with her face in the water and things like that. She doesn't have a fear of water yet, but she does have a fear of the deep end. So when we get to the deep end days, you'll notice how we will take things that we've already learned from the shallow end and just start repeating them in the deep end, typically starting with face up work. That way she doesn't have to look down and see the deep water. But you're going to watch her journey and you're going to see that it's possible to learn how to swim 2 hours a day for 4 days. I can teach it in less, but the retention isn't as good. I found this to be the perfect program rate, the 4 days, 2 hours each day, and everybody will learn how to swim. Everybody out there can swim. You just need the right person with the right words to help you learn what you already have the ability to do. It's like riding a bike or any activity that you already know how to do that others don't, and you think, oh, well, anybody could do this. Well, think of swimming that way too. Water doesn't work against you as long as you work with it or allow it to have its power. So we're going to help her stay low. We're going to help her stay comfortable. We're going to teach her a lot of new things that she has never done before, and we're probably going to have her do some things that she didn't know she was even able to do.
Well, my name's LaQuesha. I'm coming here from Columbus, Ohio, and I just learned how to learn, some of the basics of swimming earlier this year. I've had a fear of water for quite a while, but I'm getting more comfortable, like with it on my face and in my ears. But I had a lot of real strong sensitivities to it being in those places, and still concerned about if I can actually swim in the deep waters. So right now I can just shoot off the wall. I'm really still struggling with breathing. I've watched several of Johnny's videos and still just not figuring it out. So I came here so I can really have someone watching me that's paying attention, and be able to be present and let me know where I can improve. That's why I'm here today.
All right, well, let's rock it. When you're walking around in water, you should stay low. So the way we're staying right now, this is a good example of what not to do. So we are going to do it because we're getting used to the water and she's not uncomfortable. But a lot of people, like the lady I had from New Jersey last week, which we didn't film her. She opted out because she didn't. She wanted it to be more private and all that. That's fine. If that's you, just so you know, more of my clients choose the private option versus not, and it doesn't matter to me. But for 2 days, we were actually helping her learn how to walk in water. That was actually the swim lesson. So if you didn't know, I go as basic as that. Now you do. But anyways, the right way to walk in water would be to remain low. So I'm going to do that now in order to get used to it. Yeah! To get your shoulders underneath the water. So just your neck is out. So now I feel light as a feather. That's because every part of my body that's above the water takes on 12 times its weight compared to when it's in the water. When you're in the water, gravity is like 1/12 its strength, so you can be much, much lighter in water. Much, much lighter in water. So the lower I am, the easier it is for me. In fact, I could bring my feet up, kick them a little bit. I didn't feel any tippiness. Now, I'm pretty comfortable in water already, and I know how to balance my body in that position. But the lower you are in the water, the more comfortable you'll feel, even if you don't have to be that low. Like, the water's at my waist, so theoretically I could stand up and feel fine, but I promise you that some of you will feel imbalanced and awkward if you stand up, even in water that's at your waist. So if you lower yourself down to here, you'll get around much easier. Getting it. All right. So one of the most important things you need to know in swimming is your body swims in 4 quadrants in order to stay balanced. Quadrant number 1 is fingertips to your head. Quadrant number 2 is your head through your upper back. Quadrant 3 is from your upper back through your glutes. And quadrant number 4 are your legs. If you want to stay balanced in the water and not feel tippy, you got to swim in all 4 quadrants. So that's why you see a lot of swim teachers, whether they know why they're doing it or not, they'll teach you how to kick with a kickboard almost immediately. Now, the reason I'm doing it with her is because we got to get our heart rates up in order to stay warmer because the water's a little chilly here today. We had some rain recently, which has cooled the water's temperature quite a bit. Your arms should stay on the board. If they fall off, there's a reason why I'll tell you later that's not so good.
Nice, good word.
Stay on the board. Now, when you kick, you have your legs straight behind you and you're going to stretch as tall as you can from your fingertips through your toes. Have you ever kicked on a kickboard before? So you know how to? Do you think you can do it on your own? Usually hold the what? The back of the kickboard so your face can be in the water?
No, I don't have my face.
You don't? Okay. So you do it the super hard way. So she says she already knows how to kick on a kickboard, but well, she's holding the back of the board. That's a much harder way to do it, especially if you're gonna keep your face up. If you hold it like that, you might wanna put your face down. You'll find it easier. I'm actually gonna let her show me what she already knows how to do. Yeah, this is so much harder. She's killing. Making me tired. Wow, you got some shoulder strength for days, huh? She's got a lot of shoulder strength. Lower the legs. Now pull the board up. Now stretch. Good. Returning. Okay? You're doing it. It worked. What we're doing is getting you to swim a little bit more uphill. So like you were doing with the kickboard before, now your whole body's doing it. Lower the legs. Kick fast. Pull the board up. Okay, go, 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 go. Awesome. All right, stand up. Oh, she knows how to stand. Good. So with the board, having her stretch out really tall, she's already gotten used to kicking with the board before, so she's pretty natural. She's a pretty good kicker with the board. I'm gonna see what she does when she doesn't have a board. So I call this superhero kicking. Arms out in front, superhero kicking. And then I'm gonna teach her about why her arms and her core are related. Good. So you do know how to dismount on your belly. I love your streamline. That's actually more advanced than what I'm having you do. What I'm having you do is actually the format in which you'll swim your freestyle stroke someday. Superhero arms, push off. Now, competitive swimmers out there watching this video, that's not what I would prefer. I would prefer the streamline. What she already knows is what you already know. That's streamline is the most important part of swimming. Whatever teacher she had before me taught her the streamline very early on because they obviously care very much about the streamline, and that's important in competitive swimming. Beginner swimming, not as much. Now stand up. Nice. You are dismounting the right way, but I could tell that in deeper water, you'd be bringing your head up too soon. Okay. I challenge you on the next one. Do this again. Stand up without picking your head up out of the water. There you go. Because you're giving your body more time to get vertical and sink down to the bottom. That's why that's working. Okay. When you pick up your head too soon, you're usually letting out that at that point too. You're usually pushing down to the ground at that point too. And that's too soon if you're in deeper water. You're not there yet. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. This time with your head in the water and your kick behind you, I want you to reach your hands as far forward as you can. Use your fingertips to extend farther than you think you should. Okay. Ready? Go. Good job. All right, so here's why I want her extending. Your core and your arms are related. The more you reach forward, the more your core engages. I used to think when I was a swimmer, a youngster, when my coaches said engage your core, I thought they meant flex my tummy abs and like crunch, but really what it means is to stand up like you're being measured at a doctor's office as a child, because the more imbalanced you make yourself, the more your core engages to rebalance you, to bring you back to center. In order to breathe in a superhero position float, here's the trick. You need to reach your hands farther forward while you're breathing and let your legs sink lower. You need to create an uphill body position. So in order to breathe, let your legs come up, start kicking. You can stay up. In order to breathe, your legs have to be down there, right? I know, it's difficult. You knew what?
Yeah, I feel like my feet was gonna
fall in. As I started letting go with my pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is something that you don't get when watching the videos. A lot of times when I'm teaching my swimmers, I'm giving them a lot of pressure at first, a lot of support. They're pressing down on me, I'm letting them. But as they start to get it, they start needing me less. They don't press down as hard. So I start giving them less support. And she felt that pretty quickly and immediately kind of gave her some caution because she's only known me for like 30 minutes. She has no clue whether or not I'm the kind of teacher who's gonna drop her or not. She's learning to trust me. Okay, so this time, need me less. Keep your legs lower, as low as you can without smacking them against the bottom. Pull your arms up. Pull them up to the surface. Yeah. Yeah. Do you notice your face started getting lower, right? Yeah. Her face got lower as soon as she started pulling her own arms up off the surface, because what happens then is your body goes, well, then let's not keep our head up anymore. This is a bad position to be in. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing, but with her face in the water. Here we go. Face in the water. Look at that. Now, we knew you could already do this, right? Then how do we get a breath from there?
Pull down here.
Right?
Yeah.
How do we get a breath from there? You have to be able to get your breath in one inhale. So there's two tricks you can use. You can either blow your bubbles out underwater, which a lot of teachers teach, and I don't have anything against that. That way, when you lift your head up, you're ready for an inhale. Some adults find that when they come up with their air already expended fully, then they'll have a little bit of water still in their mouth as they're opening it. And then they inhale, or they don't want to inhale because they feel that water in there. So the second option, if that's you, second option is to wait to blow your bubbles out until as you come up for a breath. So you're popping the water away from your mouth and then you inhale. Okay. So what I want you to do is be able to get a breath in one breath or less. So do you know how to cycle breathe?
No.
Okay, perfect. So when you go into the water with the cycle breath, what you're doing is you're gonna blow the air out through your nose as you go down, come up, breathe in through your mouth. Now, if you're getting a little bit of water dripping off of your face into your mouth, then you're ready for the oompas, which is to go underwater, blowing through your nose by saying or humming. When you come up, you're gonna go pa, and then you're gonna suck your air in. It looks like this. Now, the deeper you put your face in the water, if you put your whole head underwater, well, you're gonna come up with a whole lot of water coming down. So it's important that you kind of wait on the pa just for a second. Watch this. Okay? All right, let's try it shallow way first, so you don't really have to wait that long. So, okay, that's all right. Come up. Now take a deep breath in. Now, as you go under and you're humming, don't be forcing it. Let it just release. So take a deeper breath. You're blowing too much out. Now breathe in. Now go under and do it again. Come up. Come up. Good. Getting used to it? Now go deeper.
Water in my mouth.
Getting water in your mouth? Then you need to be, that pause, that your opportunity to spit that out. So forget to do it again. There we go. Beautiful. Now go deeper. Yeah, see, it's a little different because you got more water coming down. Easy. Yeah, kind of easy, right? Okay, you know how to get your breath in one inhale.
Okay.
There's no less than that. All right, so let's go here again. I'm gonna hold you the whole way. You do the oompas. Yep. Yep, we're gonna have to do it again together. Pa. Breathe in. Good, let's do it again. Now, when you come up, you also blow through your nose. You're doing two paws, one with your nose, one with your mouth. If you can, maybe blow a little more forcefully through your nose while you're underwater so you don't need that when you come up.
Okay.
Is it because you're getting water up your nose when you put your face in?
Yeah, probably.
You're sniffing up.
Well, I think when I come out,
You're sniffing a little bit. So when you come out, you're getting a little bit of water in your nose. Now, here's something interesting, folks. When your face is down in the water, your ears and your nose cannot take in water. The only time you get water up your nose or in your ears is if you're on your back, unless you're sniffing. So there's at some point you have an instinct that's making you sniff. And it's taking in water, and then you come up and you have to clear it out of your nose too. So we got to figure out how to, I think what we do is we do traveling bobs next. So you know those bobs that we were just doing a second ago? That was, you're gonna do them as you stand and make progress. Very nice, that looked a lot easier.
it looks a little better.
Good, do it again. Practice so we can't get it wrong. Here we go. Here we go. Nice. Yes. So now when you're able to lift your own head up for your own breath, you won't need the poles anymore because your breath will happen so quickly there's no sinking.
That's my goal.
Well, one of the things we're about to do that's going to change everything is put fins on her. Once you put fins on, it's like learning with training wheels. It makes everything easier. So she'll get it way quicker. Let's try it again and then we'll put fins on her. Good. By the way, one of the reasons that I'm not starting with her with streamlines, even though I don't judge the coach who did start with her with streamlines, I always like my swimmers to be able to do two things when I start with me, beginners especially. Know how to breathe on their bellies, know how to float on their backs. Because if you don't know how to breathe when you swim or learn to swim, you're not going to make very much progress and it's going to be very frustrating for you. So teaching them how to learn how to get their own breath in the water is step number one after you help them overcome a fear of water. So, to walk in fins, you shuffle backwards. You never pick up the blades. When you pick up the blades, it trips you. Fins aren't meant for walking, they're meant for swimming. Fish don't walk in their fins. So you shuffle backwards and just keep your eye over one of your shoulders. The best you can, stay low. Yep. Turn around and walk back. Never trip the fins again.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep. All right, so we're back into the superhero kicking, helping her learn how to get her own breaths while she's swimming so that we can go and teach her things like breathing to the side and pineapples and freestyle swimming.
So we go let us down when we get in?
Yep. Do you wear fins often? Okay. Yeah, fins don't like to live so high in the water. They want to live lower in the water. So when you're using fins, not that you should keep them completely underwater like some people love to say, but majority underwater. Thank you. You're good. All right. Yeah, no, that's okay. So to dismount in them makes this probably making you nervous too. Like how to get up and be able to walk in them, right?
Yeah.
So how good are you at floating on your back?
I can. I don't.
You can, but you don't.
I'm like nervous of it.
That's fine. So to dismount with fins on when you're swimming on your belly, you got to quickly twirl to your back and then stand up like as if you were from your back. It's like this. I'll show you. So you come up from behind. Okay, I'm gonna dismount you now. You're gonna twirl around and let the fins fall to the ground, heels first. So when you try to bring them through underneath your body like that, first they're gonna trip on the ground. That's gonna trip you. And then when they finally do get in front of you, the blade's still not finished coming up before you can sit. It takes too long.
Yeah.
But when you twirl yourself from belly to back really quick and let them just sink to the ground, heels first, stand right up. That's why I said I'll dismount you. Do one breath and then I'm gonna dismount you on the next one. Look at you, a pro. Took 2 tries. Said I don't know how to stand in fins. I don't know how to dismount in fins. 2 tries later. Let the feet linger in the water a little bit more. Yeah. Don't worry, I already decided we weren't gonna let go of you there. Yep. Now, what I am gonna help you start doing on your own is the first little push off. Hit to me. Good. All right, sit down. You're almost ready to start dismounting on your own too. dismount. There you go, there you go, there you go. It's funny, in swimming, I like to tell people to use their caboose more than they think they should. Use your booty to twirl yourself and sit down. I'm a little close, sorry about that. Although, spit that water right in front of me. All right, here we go, folks. I get this all the time. I get very courteous subscribers who, when learning, don't want to spit on me. You need to spit in front of you. I've chosen to be where I am on purpose. I take very good care of my health. I'm okay. I do get sick from time to time from probably some water landing in my mouth. I'm not sure, but it's always from the boogery nosed kids whose parents haven't taken them to the doctor knowing that they are sick. There you go, right in front.
Boogery nosed kids.
I also know how to like when I'm gonna breathe. I'm not gonna go with her. She can spit. I'm gonna inhale at the same time. You're like, oh, like I'm not stupid.
Yeah.
Closing my mouth when you're spitting, and then I usually let out a little.
Yeah.
Just get that droplets away from me too. You got that last breath on your own. You had your hands on the leg. I had to support you. Good job, good job, good job. Go through it again. Sometimes the cycle also helps you clear it out, because it is, if you're a good teacher out there, you tell the student what you're gonna do, you do it with them, and then you tell them how we did it the right way and how we can do it better and why they're doing it and all that. You don't trick them. You don't say, we're gonna do it 9 times and I'm gonna hold you for 7, but then you're gonna do it on your own for 2. And then trick them by not holding them on number 6. That's essentially what just happened. She was afraid I wouldn't hold her on the one right before I told her. It's okay. But if you're a good teacher out there, you won't do stuff like that. Okay. Now, you're super ready. I'm gonna hold you again. You're super ready. I want you to notice as I hold you on this one. Push them forwards. Push them forwards. See how that's gonna work? It's gonna work. It's gonna work. Okay. So you still have me here when I let you do it on your own. I don't back off. You're still gonna have me here, and I'm gonna be there just in case you decided to pull down. I'll be there to catch you and say, we need to reset.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Push forwards. Start to the paw. Remove the paw. You so badly wanted to be able to rush through the breath to get your head back in the water so you didn't think. Do the paw. It's there for you. You should take it strong. We just did so many in a row that allowed you to hold your posture where it was with only tactile support, not real support. Here we go. Ha! You're good, you're good. You did a good job of letting your arms stay forward. You did a great job of letting your arms stay forward, almost to a point where you probably should have used them to save yourself from falling over, and I would have been able to catch you, but you're good. You all right?
Yeah.
Cool. Good job. Good job. Pa. Pa. Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Woo.
So every time she got her breath, as she was sinking, she wanted to pull to get herself rebalanced. And so I started pushing her arms back up. But each time she was breathing, she was getting it on her own. Here we go. Nice job. Nice. Good job. So this is gonna be for you teachers out there. I'd call it the bounce. So, well, there's 2 types of bounces. There's one you can literally teach to kids or people who jump into water over their head, bounce to safety. But the bounce I'm referring to are for the teachers. And that is, as you're doing things like backfloats, You'll start to notice as the swimmer gets it with their head position, their head will get lighter, and eventually they're floating on their own. But between that stage and you completely holding them up, they're in this in-between where sometimes they're on their own and then sometimes they push back against you. So that's when you start to introduce a bounce where you tell them, I'm gonna let go of one hand at a time, and your body's gonna think that I'm letting go, and therefore it's gonna start to do it on its own a little bit quicker. It allows you to tap into their instincts without throwing them into the waves. There you go. I could tell that second one you might have needed just a tiny bit of support. I was there. Nice. Probably should have been there for the first attempt at something new. Should have been there for the first attempt at something new, so I'll be there on this one. Good inhale, good inhale. That second one, you inhaled so sharply because apparently you needed it. Apparently you did a good inhale on the first one because the second one was a gorgeous inhale. Good job.
I went up my throat.
Went up your throat. You were so aggressive, it went in your throat this time. Yeah. Think about the inhale being more important. It's so much more important. You
What? She's a professional.
What?
She's a professional.
You're a professional. And go. Come up. Pa. There we go. Pa. All the way in. Go. Yeah. If your brain's holding you back from breathing in, you need to slow the process down and take inhales that go all the way in. Deep inhales. It's a way to train your brain to breathe in while being in water. Your brain instinctually does not want you to breathe in when you're near water. So this is a good way, if you're doing whatever breathing exercise you've been given by your coach, slow it down and breathe all the way in. As you retrain your brain to allow yourself to breathe in near water, then you could speed that process back up a little bit at a time, a little bit more and a little bit more until you're back to a rhythm, okay? Alrighty, here we go for the last part of the first day. Now we're gonna get her floating on her back a little bit and getting more comfortable being on her back. One of the biggest myths about floating on your back is that your legs have to be at the surface. I want everyone to know, you're floating on your back if only your face is above the surface. You're still floating on your back. It's the whole point of floating on your back is survival. If you're trying to win the floating back Olympics, well then maybe you should bring your legs up. But if you're just trying to float and survive, all you need is your face. So sometimes your face and your chest is up, but everything else will start to sink. That's okay. In fact, that's how I actually start to teach the back float. I purposely keep their legs on the ground. Okay, so I'm gonna hold your head as if it were a football, and you're gonna lay it back without letting your feet come off the ground. Good, that's good. Now eventually, you'll lay it back more. You might find your feet start to slip out from underneath you, but they can stay on the ground. You don't like it in your ears? So, to get used to it being in your ears, let it go in just a little bit and then get it out. And then we'll let it go back in. What's happening is moisture's building up, so it's less aggressive, it's less abrasive. Each time should be a little bit less uncomfortable. Just a little bit in the ears. Now this time take a deep breath and then blow it out. This time take a deep breath, but blow it out farther. Now take a super deep breath and hold it. Floating. Now sit up. You're floating.
Yes.
Already I had to give you no support. Now you said you could float, you just don't like to float, right?
Makes me nervous.
Makes you nervous, right? So, how do we get somebody to stop being nervous? How do we get someone to stop being nervous when they're on their back? Go through some like psychology things. You talk about happy thoughts. I'm gonna lower the sound of my voice for her to be more comforting, and we're gonna talk about things to set her in a positive mental state as she learns how to float on her back more comfortably. Think just about how calm and peaceful this water is. A little bit chilly, but you're floating away in space. You're free. Nothing else really matters. Just be real. Just be grateful for the opportunity that you provided yourself by having courage to reach out to someone and drive across state lines. Very proud of yourself. Huge step. But the whole community of people who want to learn how to swim are benefiting from the fact that you're just floating here so peacefully today, because this makes them terrified. For you to be able to do it means that they know they can do it. Now I also want you to think about, as you kind of kick your feet a little bit, actually, feet a little bit, they'll come up and start to float towards the surface. You're starting to move like around. Now I want you to think about the loved ones in your life who either don't know how to swim themselves or do, but they know you didn't. And think about how proud of them, how proud of you they are today, whether they know it yet or not, that you're learning how to swim in 4 days. What you've done here today is one of the most courageous things a person can do. Start getting a little faster. Bounce a little bit. And bounce a little bit just to give you proof you're doing this on your own. Good job. Now you can sit up. Good job. Did you start to forget about the water in your ears until you stood up?
A little bit, yeah.
Good. Positive thoughts help you get used to uncomfortable situations. There's a difference between uncomfortable and an emergency. An uncomfortable situation means you can get through it under your own power with positive thoughts, with focus on your breathing. An emergency, call 911. Good. Go ahead and go to a faster pace kick. When you're on your back, you're doing the same flutter kick as when you're on your belly, but on your back, it should be half as big in size and twice as fast in repetition. This is fast in frequency. So I like to say half as big, twice as fast. And your feet. Now the pushing of the hands is doing two things. It's moving you forwards, but it's also keeping you up. You notice that? You're pushing a little bit of that water down, aren't you? That's keeping you up. Okay? But it's also moving you backwards because some of that water is going backwards towards your feet. So you'll start to move a little bit on your own. I'm going to give you that opportunity in just a moment. Keep kicking fast. Yep, keep breathing, keep pushing water. I'm going to pick up speed a little bit, and then I'm going to let you do some of that on your own. Good. Keep going, keep going. Good. Time to sit up. Nice. So you said you've done stuff on your back. Have you ever done that?
No.
Good. You never moved on your back like that?
No.
It's a lot more freeing now, isn't it? To be able to move on your back makes the ear problem seem not so bad.
Yeah.
And as you do that ear situation more and more,
Yeah.
easier it gets.
Yeah.
Now, pretty soon you'll be so comfortable, you'll be able to do it like this. Shake it out. Lower your head. Shake it out. Now I'm comfortable. Because now I've just got like this bubble sitting in there. It's not cold. It's like warmer water got replaced with colder water, with warmer water, and then it like settles in. Okay, so you'll get more comfortable. So we'll do a little bit more shaking on the next time through, okay?
Yeah. And when I start hitting my forehead, then I start feeling really bad.
Once the water starts hitting your forehead?
Yeah. I feel like my head's going down lower, so I'm just gonna go.
Now, when the water's over your forehead, here is one thing that's interesting. You'll notice that when the water's over my forehead, my chin is higher than my forehead. Well, my mouth is on my chin, it's not on my forehead. So in theory, this should be the position we want to be in. But why is it so disorienting? Well, because you're looking upside down. And nobody likes to walk or swim upside down. It just doesn't feel comfortable. So that's why it's not comfortable for you to have the water on your forehead. But if you could do that on purpose and breathe through it, it's gonna make the other way not seem so bad, ever again. I know it sounds strange, but get the water out of your ears underwater by shaking it, yeah, and replacing it with different water. It's not so bad. Breathe through it, get faster, and anytime you think about the ears, shake them out, return your attention to your breath, and then back to your kick in your hands. Water's gonna be over your forehead. Breathe through this. Blow it out. Breathe it in and hold it. Now you can return to normal. Without getting out, you're returning to normal. Now, believe it or not, your face is much deeper than it was before because you're more comfortable. Now stand up. When you stand up on your back, I want to see you pulling water through your hips.
Okay.
That pulls your hips down, allows you to return to nice and vertical shoulders.
Okay.
Yep, a little bit tickle, shake it out. Breathe in, blow out. Breathe in deeper, blow out. You shake in between there, you can, and then breathe in to hold it. That's just you setting up your buoyancy as you start to kick, and then you can return to breathing. Good job. Good job. Keep going real fast. It's okay to bend your knees. A lot of coaches tell their swimmers not to bend their knees. That's not true. You got to bend your knees. It gives you a better whip. What they're worried about is people naturally trying to run in the water. What they need to do is wait until they see their swimmers kick. It's 9 times out of 10, they're not running in the water. You do bend your knees to kick. Good job with the hands. You're moving pretty quickly, which is awesome. I'm gonna have you look backwards at me. This is an uncomfortable situation to be in. You feel upside down. I look upside down. But it's kind of fun. It makes you feel like a kid again almost. You're just being more buoyant by letting yourself stay lower and deeper. Look at this. Look at you. Look at you. Fantastic. I am going to turn you. I'm going to let you keep going more. We're staying in the shallow end. Good job. Keep the hands underwater. You don't need anything over water except for this right here. This is the only thing you need above water. Perfect. Turn you again. And you don't necessarily need to pick it up more to stay up. What you need to do is fill your chest up with air. Yep, keep the hands underwater, fill your chest up. Big deep breath. There, that's keeping you up. It's your chest air. And that's gonna sink you a little bit, which it won't sink you all the way, especially if you refill it pretty quickly. But you don't have a problem with sinking legs because you understand that just a little bit of kicking is all that you need. We're gonna take one more loop around, okay? Real fast. Job, job, great job. Going so fast again. Chest full of air. I like how the water went up to your goggle line. That's good. Woo! Yep. And you're there. Good dismount. Good dismount. I forgot to let you practice the dismount. Made you do 30 laps before, so you forget about how to dismount. And then I was like, by the way, remember that. Good job. Huge. You're moving on your back all the way around in circles.
I close my eyes.
Close your eyes for some of it.
To help me relax because it makes me nervous.
Yeah, that's fine. Some people, I've heard it both ways. I've heard some people say that they close their eyes when I'm doing that with them on their back, so that helps them relax. And I've also heard some people, by the way, say that freaks them out because all of a sudden they're in complete darkness. And it makes them feel like they're literally in space. Good job. You can kind of go through the process on your own. You might find your own. The steps I've been giving you aren't hard, fast rules. I literally came up with them for you. Good job. Now we will go through this a little slower this time because I'm going to give you less support on the straightaways. I'll let you do it. Good job. I'm going to keep my hands near her head, but I'm not going to hold her as we go this way because she's going to start to do a lot of this on her own. Yep, that's okay. Keep everything underwater. The face will also remain up if your chest is full of air. As much as the water might creep up to here, it won't cover you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have seen some people have some sort of knee-jerk reaction where they dunk their head under.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're not doing that. That's why I said it would never happen, but I'm sure if you're out there and you're like, happened to me, that's probably because you're someone whom I've come across who has this interesting reaction, I'm not sure why, where they, I think, want contact with my hands. They think that my hands will save them, therefore they push their head underwater to regain contact with my hands, which is what I'm assuming is the reason why. Don't do that. Don't ever push your head underwater, but also no need to pick it up. Get your body underwater, hands and feet, get them underwater so it's pushing you upwards. You're swimming on an uphill angle now, which for competitive swimmers is not what you want. You obviously want a downhill angle, but for learners, for beginners, you do want an uphill angle because it supports a breath. And when you support your breath and your face, you learn things much faster, much easier. The faster you go, the easier you stay up. The thing that keeps you up also is speed. Just like a boat that picks up speed rises in the water, so does your body when you pick up speed. So if you start kicking and paddling faster, watch, she'll gain speed and she'll rise in the water. You don't even have to force it, it'll happen. Good job. This is day one. She's not even 2 hours into her lesson. She's now moving all on her own on her back. All right, let's practice a dismount out here. Yep, that might happen. Don't stand up too quickly. That might happen. Don't stand up too quickly. Just let your hips drop and then clear the water out later. There you go.
That was bad.
That's okay. That happens. So maybe that's what we work on next before we get to the pineapples. We're going to practice the dismount from your back now because she's floating on her back pretty well. Sometimes I teach it first, sometimes I teach the backfloat first. It depends on how comfortable a person is on their back. She already had been on her back before, she just didn't like it and wasn't comfortable or good at it. So that's what we did first. Now I'm gonna teach her how to dismount from her back. When you dismount from your back, you wanna bring your knees to your chest, lower your hips in the water. So like you're sitting down or sitting up from bed. You're sitting up from bed. Now the knees to chest is like making a suitcase. You're making your body compact into like a ball, and then it'll make it way easier then to sit up in bed and lower your feet to where they need to be so you can stand right up. Watch, I'll show you. So, you're on your back. You bring your knees to chest first. That creates a ball. From here, I'm gonna sit up in my bed and it'll allow my feet to go straight to the bottom because they're in a ball. If you try to stand up with your legs still stretched out, you're just gonna create a V and your feet will never find the bottom. You'll try to stand up and not actually have your feet directly underneath you. So you need to make sure your feet get directly underneath you in your ball, in your little suitcase. Get your feet directly beneath you, then stand up. And it's okay to stand up slowly. Don't shove your feet into the ground because you might slip off the ground. Lower your feet to the ground till there's contact, then stand up, okay? Watch again. Knees to chest. I can wait here without even using my arms. Eventually my feet fell to the ground. Stand up now. I'm still a little bit tippy, so I don't like my swimmers to stand up all the way. In fact, when you stand up, you're gonna stand up to where your shoulders and arms are just comfortably resting out in front of you. just because that's the natural position to walk around in pools with. Kind of balled up a little bit. Your hands are in front of you, ready to catch you if you start feeling like you're gonna tip forward, but your hips are behind you, so it's almost impossible to tip backwards. All right, now I will also show you what to do with your arms, because that's important too. So with your arms, you reach behind you, palms down, and then pull water through your hips towards the sky, towards the surface. If your hands come out of the water a little bit, it's actually okay with this technique because that'll sink you faster. Hands out of the water become heavy, so they sink you a little bit faster. Watch. Knees to chest, palms down, pull through. I sat up. Now I didn't need to bring my hands all the way up. I can just stand up from here. Easy contact. We're gonna take it step by step. You ready? Knees to chest. Good. Now pull through your hips and sit up as you do so. Yep. All right, now we're gonna try and make it one more fluid motion. Some people need more than one pull with their arms. If you need to use your arms in a couple of different circles real quick, that's okay too. Okay, knees to chest, pull through. Make sure when you pull through that you don't release your legs yet. Watch me again. My legs will ball up and stay balled up. Now they're just part of my body. I'm not releasing them. I'm gonna keep them balled up for as long as I possibly can until I feel them touch the ground right beneath me and I'm stable. Okay, stay balled up. Stay in your suitcase. You're now just all arms. Knees to chest. Stay balled up, use your arms. Yep, stay balled up. Does that make sense? Yeah. You're gonna get a little water over your face. That's why I say, take that deep breath. Max your lungs out with air before you dismount, okay? Uh-huh. Okay, deep breath in, knees to chest. Good, you're still trying to stand a little too early. Watch me underwater real quick. Get them all the way underneath you, okay? Watch me underwater again. Even if it's like this, you've gotta get them underneath your body. Shift your hips backwards. That's probably what we're missing is the sit down. So maybe we sit down as you bring your knees to your chest. Let's see how that goes. Ready? Now, sit down, knees to chest. Sit down, knees to chest. Yep, and swipe, swipe, swipe. Yeah, it was better. Sitting down as you do your knees to your chest is the way to go. Just knees to chest. I'm gonna have her now sitting herself down as she does knees to chest, driving her rear end towards the bottom of the pool. Knees to chest, sit down. Good, that's gonna happen. That's gonna happen. Also bring both your legs in at once. I'm gonna give you more support on the next one because I wanna coach you through something. You gotta bring both legs in at once. Yeah, cough it out. Get it out of your nose. Without going all the way back, extend your legs, bring them back in. Extend them, bring them back in. You need to tip forward. So you don't stand up until you've shifted your weight. Your hips need to come back. Extend them, pull back in, shift, stand. There you go. Extend them, pull them in, shift, stand. There you go. Let's do it one more time. Extend them, pull them in, shift, stand. All right, now we're ready for the big leagues. I'm gonna give you more support now. Pull them in, shift. There we go. There we go. And keep pulling if you need a second pull. If you get through one pull, if you have time, do another one. It'll pull you twice as fast, twice as hard. Okay. Go ahead. Shift, shift. Arms, arms, arms. Yeah, you're not using the arms enough.
I thought you were focusing on sitting.
Yes, you were. All right, back out. Pull the arms backwards to begin with because it's palms down and they're gonna swipe through. Ready? We're gonna do it all at once. And sit, swipe, boom. Look at that. Nice. Let's do that like 12 more times. And shift, swipe, Yeah, I was gonna say swipe again to rebalance because you were about to stand up in a trajectory that wouldn't have been favorable. Good. You're almost ready for me to not support your head. Sit down a little bit faster. Bring your neck up a little bit sooner, but don't let out of the ball. Sit down faster. Head up sooner. Don't let out of your ball. There you go. Sit down fast, head up quickly. Yep, good job. You're nailing them. And remember, you can do a second hand swipe. I'm gonna let go of you sooner every time I can when I feel like you got it, but that doesn't mean you're not done.
Okay.
You might need a second arm pull. Don't stand up with me. Aggressively sit down, sit up. There you go, there you go. Notice I said sit down and sit up. That might be confusing to some of you out there, but she understands what I mean. Sit down first, sit up second. But it's almost at the same time. Sit down, sit up. Get a second swipe through, good job. Second swipe through is helping you a lot. It's helping shift your hips from still in a position that wouldn't allow you to stand, even though it looks like you could, to being back here, stably underneath. To get your feet underneath you. Ready. Wow. Wow, really good.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's do 6 more. Amazing. 4 more. I let you come out of my hands that time. That was awesome.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, baby. 3 more. Awesome. A little water up the nose that time?
Yeah.
Clear it.
I'm right here now.
Sweet. 2 more. Woo! 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 Nice. 1 more. I'm be confident you've got it. That'll happen. That can't be the last one, so clear it out and get ready for 1 more. You did it! Good job. Deep breath. You did it!
Mouthful of
You
water.
didn't want to get a mouthful of water. Well, taking that deep breath in, I forgot to remind you about that.
Yeah.
Taking that deep breath in allows you to rise up first and then dismount. Listen, that's it for day 1. Thanks for following along in our journey with LaQuesha. She's learning how to swim. Today she learned how to move a little bit on her belly with her arms out in front of her, not necessarily in a streamline, as well as trying to take her first breaths on her own. Once we put fins on her, they came a lot easier, but tomorrow and the next day, they're gonna come even easier as we teach her new ways to stay up in the water. You can only get through so much in one day before you need to slow down and not push one subject too hard. So then, second half of the day, we switched her onto her back, got her moving on her back, got her dismounting on her back, and that's it for day 1. Hey guys, Johnny Rocket here with day number 2 of 4 with LaQuesha. She's learning how to swim. She had a fear of water a long time ago that she was able to overcome. Now she's able to kind of put her face in the water and push off a wall. Past that wasn't a lot. Yesterday you saw us getting her moving on her back, even learning how to get her own breaths on her stomach. That's because you always start with the breathing. You always start with things that they can do to breathe or get their own breath. And if they can't get their own breath, you got to teach them how to get their own breath. So you'll notice we continue our work on learning how to breathe before we start doing freestyle arms. Now you'll start to see some of those freestyle arms creep in today, but by the end of today, I'd love to see her moving on her back more efficiently, all on her own. I'm gonna actually take her through the deep end for the first time today on her back, but that's because she won't have to look down at the bottom. So she'll be pretty comfortable. We're gonna get her into that phase where we talk happy thoughts, getting her comfortable in the water, relax, and then I'll tell her, okay, now I'm going to pull you in the deep end. You just stay on your back, keep doing everything you're doing. You're going to be fine. And that helps the swimmer start to understand or realize that the deep water doesn't create more pressure, doesn't suck you down. It's all one and the same. All right, hope you enjoy. If you like this video, remember to splash the like button, subscribe to the channel for free, become a member, buy the merch, follow us on the other social media platforms, all the things that all the other YouTubers say that I'm supposed to. Make sure you do those things. Let's rock it. So we always start off the first day with a review of the day prior. And that's because in order to set them up for success and learning new things, you have to first refresh them on things they already know. So the first thing we'll start off with today is some of the oompas, helping her remember how to cycle breathe. Breathing in through the mouth sharply, quickly. Then as she goes down, she's blowing out of her nose. When she comes up, or as she comes up, she's gonna start spitting water away so that when she's above the water, quick, sharp inhale. You ready? Good. I wanna hear you breathe in. Good. Today I wanna hear you breathe in. Very good. Nice. Your spits are way more effective today. Good. You also don't seem to need to blow out of your nose anymore. That's good. All right, traveling bobs next, okay? Let's keep it moving. All right, and same thing back. Now remember the style of how you stand in the water. Right now she's doing it right, I'm doing it wrong. Doing it wrong just because I'm the teacher. I already know I can do it, but she's got to get in the habit of staying low, and she's doing a great job of that. Good. Now, step number 2 today in review is actually going to be a little bit of a combination of what we did yesterday between the oompas and the kickboard. So I'm going to have her start doing the oompas on the kickboard now. So hands on the top of the board. Good. So you'll be actually, let's do it traveling bobs with the kickboard first. I do this sometimes for a little bit of extra stability. So I'm going to let her do traveling bobs, but now instead of pulling herself forward, she's just going to be with the kickboard in front of her, bouncing off the bottom with her own feet. There you go. There you go. Try spitting a little sooner. Try spitting on your way up, not after you've come up. Yeah, kind of like that. A little late on that one. There we go. There we go. Yeah. This will lead to a much quicker breath too. All right, nice. So now I'm gonna pull your feet off the ground. Now I'll hold you through this phase because it's not about the kicking or the kickboard. It's about you breathing while doing 2 things at once. Okay? Yeah. All right. Hands all the way up. Good. 3, 2, 1. Good. Good. And when you're above water, if there's anything in your nose or in your mouth, it's okay to take a second spit or a second throw it out of your nose and keep it going. Because as you learn how to cycle breathe, you're still going to have certain problems that arise from time to time. Okay. As you eliminate those problems, your brain also learns how to prevent them. Okay. And over time, over practice, you won't need to clear out as much as you do now. There you go. Nice clean one. Good job. Good job. Good dismount too. All right. So let's do 2 more with me and then do a few with you on your own, okay? There we go. Yes. Finally. One hit me in the face. I love it. Finally. It's the first great one you've had. Okay, keep doing that. Aim for me. Aim for this C right on my chest. There we go. There we go. Even he said on your first one, he goes, yeah. He even saw, because you know he was a swim coach too. He's a national level swimmer. He knows all the good stuff.
I don't think I'm sealing my mouth enough.
Well, and that's the thing is, she said, I don't think I'm sealing my mouth enough. You can get by with either way. If you want to seal that mouth shut while you're in the water and out of the water, you'll probably find that it stays dry. If you want to open your mouth underwater and come up with a mouthful of water, you're spitting it out anyway. So it's okay if you go either route. If you're someone who finds that they keep having water in their mouth, they don't want it there, it's intrusive, then you want to have a mouth sealed before you go in and when you come up. Now, as you get better at learning and as that gets easier for you, it's okay to loosen up your pursed lips a little bit and allow a little bit of water in because you'll be more comfortable with it then. Right now, maybe not so much, so keep those lips sealed as you go in. Also remember that as you're coming up, right as you break the surface with your head, you can begin spitting out because as you spit from slightly below and above, there's no water that can get in your mouth in that time period because everything's coming out. There's no way for it to go in. Okay. Good. Good. After this one, you're going to be doing a couple on your own. So let me remind you also to stretch that kickboard out in front of you, especially when you're breathing. Don't press down on it to come up higher. You don't need to come any higher than the mouth is right at your chin. Ready? There we go. There we go. Yeah, you're going to need a little bit of support from your kickboard. All right, let's try a couple on your own. If you need to hold the kickboard at the back where you normally do in order for that stability to take place, that's okay too still. It's not as easy anymore as it once was. Somehow it's not as easy as it was before. Keep the nose of the board higher. Yeah. Don't let the board come under. Something about the board's not doing the same as it was for you before. Hold it normally and see how that goes. The breasts look good though, because even though you're falling back into the water before without the board up, you're not struggling with your breath, it doesn't seem like.
And her confidence.
And her confidence, good point. Yeah, this is the better way. Yep, unfortunately, holding it this way is definitely the better way.
Well, that works for me.
But you also helped me understand that is definitely the better way.
Yeah.
You reconfirmed for me. Holding the kickboard at the top seems to be the best way to go. Even if you're learning it with your hands on the side, maybe you learned how to kick improperly this way. So you probably should still adjust your hands to the very top and get used to doing it that way. Let's do it again. Nice. Now she's not confident enough yet, but I just watched her get like 5 successful breaths in a row, which means the first moment I have her try this across the deep end, probably tomorrow, she will get it successfully on the first try. Good. Walk it in. You all right?
I stretched so hard, like it started hurting right here.
Right here. She's stretching so much, she's starting to hurt right here. What's also happening though is you're also then using that muscle then to start your pull because you're stretched so much. This is called your lats. This is where it ought to hurt. Those are the most important swimming muscles in your body, your lats and your armpits. I would argue next up would be shoulders, core, hip flexors, but your lats, this is where every swimmer gets sore. That's why you see swimmers with such large lats. They look like spider. Yeah, they look like Spider-Man webs. So we made it almost 30 minutes through her first lesson before water went up her nose. That's a tremendous step forward compared to yesterday where it was going up her nose as she was learning how to cycle breathe. So already she's eliminating a lot of mistakes and uncomfortable situations that arise. Some of you guys experience that all the time, constantly getting water up your nose. Well, she did one lesson with me yesterday. We've begun the second lesson, and already that's almost never happening to her. part 3 of our review today, we'll be having her do the superhero arms out in front of her, doing the same cycle breathing. Now I'm gonna hold her for most of this. Good. Good. Yeah, you're way lighter today than you were yesterday. You're not pressing down on me as much. You're allowing yourself to just swim, allowing the water to carry you, allowing the lungs in your ear to keep you up. It's really good. All right, so now you're gonna get less pressure from me when your face is in the water. I'll resume the pressure when you're breathing, okay? Good. By the third or fourth one, you could be tripped up a little bit, but you got 3 good ones in a row, 4th one not as good. Tomorrow will be 5 good ones in a row, 6th one not as good. Last day you'll be going across the whole pool with no pressure. Good. Good. Awesome. Oh, a nice dismount too. Nice dismount. You can argue at the same time that we're reviewing her cycle breathing with her arms out in front in the superhero position, she's also practicing dismounting now because she can use her arms to dismount for herself. Good. Good. Good job. Good job. Good job. So now I'm gonna have her getting back on her back, reviewing the stuff we did yesterday while she was on her back. But we're gonna make her move. We're not gonna let her just sit still. I'm gonna make her move immediately, just because at the beginning of a new lesson in colder water, you don't want them to do anything that they have to sit still for until the very end. Once their heart rate's up about as high as it'll get all day, they're kind of getting fatigued. A little bit of sitting still and resting while they learn something is okay at the end of a lesson, not at the beginning. You can shake your ears a little bit. Start paddling, kicking faster. Boil the water just underneath the surface. Good. I'll turn you again. Move your body, move more aggressively. Stay warm. The faster you move, the faster you'll go, the more you'll be able to do it on your own. Good. Really use those hands to push water away from you to move yourself backwards. Nice job. Go, 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 go. Fast, fast, fast. Excellent. All right, stand up by sitting down and then sitting up and then using your arms. Use your arms. Tilt your head forward. Good. We're gonna review that next. So if you remember, in order to dismount from your back, you'll need to sit your seat down, sit your bottom down as you sit your shoulders up. So you're sitting down in a chair as you also simultaneously sit up in bed. It's 2 different things. Your hips are going down, but your body's coming up. You're sitting down, but you're also sitting up at the same time. One is like you would sit down in a chair. One is like how you would sit up in a bed. Good. Nice job. I know, the grimace is there, I get it. Shake out the ears, kick fast, paddle fast. Good. All right, very fast learner. Use those hands to actually be effective. Push the water away. Yeah, be effective with them. Use them. Is it the water in your ears that's causing you to grimace?
Feeling like I'm sinking.
Feeling like you're sinking, okay. Then take a deep breath of air and hold it for a little bit and do what you're doing with while you hold your breath for a little bit. You'll feel like you're coming right up. You also, I can tell you're leaving your exhale out too long. Breathe in. When you breathe, when you're on your back, only allow your tank, your exhale to go about halfway. Only allow your tank to expend about halfway and then refill it to a full tank again. So you don't want to blow all the way out unless what you're doing is just trying to help your heart rate come down a little bit to feel comfortable. After that, don't let your breath go all the way out again, only halfway. Okay, so keep it in, breath, and then roll it halfway out and breathe it back in. Use your mouth, not your nose. Good, fast, fast, fast. All right, now we're gonna sit down and sit up at the same time in 3, 2, 1. Sit down, sit up. Use your arms. Good job to rotate your body's balance. Hit the water out of your ears. Good job. All right, we're gonna practice probably 12 dismounts right in a row. Okay, so we're gonna do that thing yesterday that we did where I pull you off your feet and then have you dismount. And dismount. Good. Make the suitcase with your knees. Let me remind you, let me show you. Make the suitcase with your knees. Bring your knees in as you sit your seat down. Sit your bottom down, okay? I didn't have to sit up there. All I did was bring my knees in and sat my hips down. Eventually they'll go down. You have to not be afraid of maybe water going over your mouth too. So I'll remind you to take a deep breath before you start the dismount. Take a deep breath and hold it before you start the dismount. Chin back, deep breath in, hold it, sit down, or knees to chest, sit down, sit up, good. Okay, that's 2, 10 more. And deep breath, sit down, sit up. There you go, yep, you're gonna have to sit up in bed too. You're gonna have to lift that head up above the water. Bring the knees all the way in first, so, good. You wanna reset? Let's reset. Water went up your nose, reset. We're gonna take this one and only this one slower by going step by step. I won't have you sit down and sit up at the same time on this one. Bring your knees to your chest. Now sit down, now sit up. Is that better?
But I can't. I don't feel like I'm sitting down.
That time, you're not sitting down very much.
I can't.
Of all 3 steps, that's your weakest step.
I don't know how to.
We'll make it better.
Is it my momentum?
It might be. What I'm noticing first though is that before you were bringing your legs in not together. So I that's why I slowed it down to get you to bring your knees in together.
Yeah.
Then it's easier to kind of sit down.
Yeah.
Sit down. Yeah. In fact, one of your arm twirls might be to get those hips down.
Yeah, I think so.
And then a second twirl to sit up.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try it. Let's turn around. 4 down, 8 to go. Knees to chest. 1 arm pull to sweep, bring your hips down, and then 1 arm pull to sit up. Yeah, that worked. So for those of you out there who have been trying the method that I've been teaching and it's not working for you, take it step by step, and here's the order. Knees to chest. Then as you sit down, you need an arm pull to help bring those hips down. Then sit up with a second arm pull. So you're gonna have to do 1 and another. Good. Knees to chest. Arm pull to sit down, arm pull to sit up. Good. Knees to chest. 1 arm pull to sit down, 1 arm pull to stand up. Very nice. I bet you all along I've been doing it that way too. I just didn't realize I was doing 2 when I did it. I think that's 7 down, 5 to go. Good. Sit down. I said sit down. I don't know why I said sit down. Knees to chest. Gave her the wrong directions there, folks. That happens. Knees to chest. Use your arms to sit down. Use your arms to stand up or sit up. Good. There you go. 4 more. We didn't count that last one, by the way. All right. Knees to chest. Arms to sit down, arms to sit up. We might need to wait a little longer for the knees to come into your chest. I might have given you that next cue too soon. Knees to chest. Now you can go ahead and start to sit down and sit up. Good job. Good job. 2 more. Knees. Bring the knees in. There you go. Good. 1 more. We'll have to turn around. Okay. Knees to chest. And as you draw them in, it's okay for them to go down. Good job. Good job. I didn't help her on that last one. I didn't help her for a lot of those, actually. All right, so that's it for our review session on day 2. We didn't have a review session yesterday because it was day 1. But on day 2, 3, and 4, you'll see us review for the first hour before we learn new things in the second hour. So here we go. Today, we're gonna teach her how to get her own breath for just a short distance with the superhero arm kicking. Then we're gonna teach her how to pull to get a breath. Little breaststroke pulls in order to pull herself up for a breath. The last thing we're gonna teach her today is how to roll from her back onto her belly and then dismount. That way, tomorrow we can begin rolling her from her belly to her back and then back to her belly in order to dismount. And then she'll be getting her own breaths that way. When she's getting her own breaths like that, rolling back and forth, she'll be able to start learning freestyle and backstroke, really. But today is gonna still be all about helping her get her own breaths for short distances by breathing in front of her, which most people are more comfortable with anyway. Even though it's not the most efficient way to get a breath, it's still the way everybody kind of learns, because everybody wants to breathe in front of them. So oftentimes you guys have seen me use fins on my swimmers a lot. Oftentimes when learning new things, I want them wearing fins, because fins are like training wheels. They help you learn something faster, they help you learn it easier, and then you can start to wane off of them if you want to. Or if you're someone who says, I'm not training for the Olympics, I don't mind wearing fins every time I go swimming, then wear fins every time you go swimming. It's so much better. You're gonna push off with your arms in front and immediately take a breath.
Oh, okay.
You're not gonna have a lot of time before you start sinking again.
Yeah.
Well, once you start sinking, dismount. Keep right in. Now dismount. Nice spin. Good job. Nice spin. Another thing we're gonna teach her today is actually how to kick a little bit better. She's got a pretty good kick already, but I'm gonna help her realize a kick is two directional. You gotta kick down just as hard as you're kicking up. Good. So a great way to test a swimmer's kick ability is to have a kickboard right out here and have them start kicking in the water and watch the kickboard float away. It won't float away very quickly at first until you start teaching them how to kick a little bit better. But watch this. So start kicking the water and let the kickboard push away. Well, that's pretty good. You'll notice the biggest waves are coming out here to the side. I'm gonna help your biggest waves be the ones that go off the tops of your feet. So when you're kicking, your kick is loose, floppy feet. It's okay to bend your knees a lot. Most people teach don't bend your knees. It's actually okay to bend your knees a lot, because the point is that you're gonna be kicking down and up with the same amount of force. You're probably just kicking up right now. You wanna kick down just as much as you're kicking up.
Okay.
Down, up, up. Now do that. Fast. Good, now we've got more waves going forwards. This is good. And you're starting to boil the water. If you can, bring those toes up higher and boil the water more. Yeah, now relax. So the proper way to kick is the same on your belly as it is on your back. When you're on your back, it'll be a little bit smaller and faster, but since this could be done either way, I'm not teaching her how to kick on her back right now. What I'm doing is just helping her boil the water, helping her realize that when she kicks, the water's coming off the tops of her feet, rolling off of her toes, like that. It's mostly from my knees. My hips stay pretty still. It's mostly from my knees down. There you go, there's a boil. There's a boil. Nice. Nice boil. All right, bring it up higher this time. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Now you're kicking in two directions. Twice as powerful as it was before. Now I'm gonna have you put the fins back on, and we're gonna do that again. Now kick two directionally with the fins on. It'll be a little bit harder. Each kick will actually have its own force and its own power. Good. Two directions, two directions. There we go, there we go. Now turn around to your belly, do the same thing. Two directions, two directions. Good. Yes, awesome. With your head up, your legs stay down, because your body behaves a lot like a seesaw in water. If one side is up, the other side will go down. If the other side is up, then the head will go down. Nice dismount, by the way. Good. Two directional kick, both legs. Good. And then spin around. Good. When you spin around, it's okay even if you keep the kickboard at the top, even though it's not intuitive, it's probably better. Good. So keep the kickboard at the top. It's all right, that's good. It still works. You're still dismounting. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and do it once more, back and forth. Then we'll lose the kickboard. Wow. Starting to look comfortable over there. Good. Excellent. Let's practice without breathing. Put your face in the water and practice your little dismount where you spin around, okay? Dismount. Get both feet to the ground as quickly as you can, okay? So you pull one hand down, but you leave the other hand out. This other hand's balancing you. Don't bring them both in with you because then you'll tip over again. Leave one hand out. So you pull one hand in, the one that you're using to turn your body. The other hand stays in front. You're getting it. Don't feel the need to lift up so quickly. Remember, it's all in the hips. The hips are what you're trying to get to turn around. So if you lift up your head as if that's what's going to bring you up, it won't. You'll fall back down. Get your hips underneath you. Get them where you need to be, and then stand up. Good. There you go. There you go. Allow your hips to come underneath you first. There's no need to rush standing up. Allow your hips to drift underneath you. Get your feet on the ground, then stand up. You're there. You're there. Give yourself time. Remember, you don't need that breath right away. So if it doesn't come right away, just stay in the water and use your hips and your legs to turn around. Pull your hips to the ground, pull your feet to the ground. There you go. Good. Putting that leg to the ground. That's okay. My leg sometimes just doesn't want to get to the ground, and then you're stuck in horizontal position. Twist your hips, sit down, bring your feet to the ground immediately. Hips to ground, feet to ground. Nice. You started turning before you even got to me. Yeah. It's probably fine. You'd like to come up for your breath first. You lifted your face there first that time before you even. There you go. Way to use your hand to bounce off the bottom there. That works. And you didn't lose air, so it gave you time to say, that's something I can use next time. I can use my hand. There we go. There we go. Yeah, you still bobbed back underwater a little bit, so maybe don't take that breath until you know you're standing all the way up, because you're probably gonna have to assist yourself a little bit. So hold your breath. Just because your face comes above the water on the twirl doesn't mean it's gonna stay there. So don't take your breath here, because that's gonna lead to some panic as you go back under. Twirl, hold your breath, then
I think my feet are underneath me.
underneath you fast enough?
Yeah.
Pull them there then. You need to kick yourself in the rear end. Twirl, sit, kick. Yeah. Whoa, there we go. This is how you dismount with fins on, folks. This is how you dismount with fins on. You need to twirl around so that you're coming with your heels to the ground first. Don't try to dismount on your belly where your fin blades will scrape the bottom of the pool and make you trip and fall over again. Just turn yourself around and sit down so the heels come down first, and then you can stand right up. Woo! Perfect.
The sitting down part that helps.
Good. She said the sitting down part is the part that helped her. So make sure that as you do this twirl with fins on, you remember to sit down. Perfect. Good. That one foot didn't want to land. Yeah, but you stopped and you didn't care. You kept backing up as if you were done with it and the leg was still up in the air. So at least you got your balance.
Yeah.
Your balance said, we don't need that foot anyway. Sweet. Last one. Nice. Okay, so we're back into the steps where we're getting her to start taking her first breath on her own. She has fins on. She's gonna have her hands out in front of her. She's gonna push off and immediately lift her head for that breath. Because as she loses momentum from her push off, it won't be as easy. So since it's the beginning of her getting her very first breaths on her own, it needs to be easy. Good. Good. That's the beginning of it. That's the beginning of it. It's not always gonna look like that or feel like that. It's just the beginning of it. You force things to happen in the order of which they're supposed to happen. Now you start to anticipate them. Good. You had time for the paw that time, but not an inhale,
Yeah, I
didn't you?
didn't breathe.
It's okay. The first time you breathed without exhaling. This time you exhaled without inhaling. We'll figure it out. It'll happen. You're also very much, you know, feeling like you're about to sink, so therefore you rush it and you go back in really quickly.
Yeah.
It'll be easier once, the more you do this, the more you realize, I don't have to rush it. I have time. Yeah, we got both in that time. The inhale was super tiny, but we got them both in. Good. Now, also try not to pull. I'm giving you way too much to think about.
What do you mean?
When you went like this, when you started breathing, and that caused water chaos right in front of you. So it was gonna be, you were gonna suck in water.
Yeah.
It was up here, that kind of water, but it was still gonna, you're still gonna suck it in.
Okay.
You need to be gentle. Come up, but not use your hands just yet. Leave your hands fully stretched out. Yeah, it's instincts. There you go. Just by having someone or something that you thought you could hold on to helped a lot. Put your hands down here at the bottom of the board, fingers on top, thumbs on bottom, and do your breath that way. It's not going to give you very much support because you're holding the bottom of a kickboard, but it'll be more support than nothing. Now twirl. Feel that? Think you could do 2 breaths before twirling?
With the kickboard.
Yeah. When you let go of the kickboard soon, you have an invisible kickboard still. It's still there. You just got to pull your arms up, not down.
Yeah.
So as you do it on the kickboard now, practice pulling up. Yep. You're using these shoulders, not these muscles. You're using these ones. Pull up. Your second one, you were pulling up for sure. Good job. Good. Now, we're gonna see if we don't need a pull. We're gonna see if you can get this breath with just keeping your arms straight and by pulling them up with your head. Arms come up, head come up at the same time. If it doesn't go well, I'm gonna teach you the pull immediately. We're gonna start pulling. Because
When I lift up, like, do my palms come out of the water?
nope. You're lifting up towards the surface, nothing further. They come above the water. That finger just took on 12 times its weight. That hand just took on 12 times its weight. Everything is sinking you now. Stay in the water. Right? You got it. I heard an inhale.
That was me.
Well, good job. Good recovery. Didn't go well, but you recovered on your own. Okay, so I'm gonna teach you how to pull. So when it's time to take your breath, I want you to pull sideways in. Okay? Yep, you're gonna do breaststroke pulls. Pulling backwards. What it does is every object in water that picks up speed rises in the water. Like a boat. Think about a boat that starts to take off. It stays here and then it picks up speed and immediately the front end starts coming up. Well, her head is the front end of her boat. So when she pulls, she's gonna be creating momentum, speed, which will bring her up in the water. Good. You rushed the breath a little bit and you put your own head back down. Yeah. Well, what I need to see if you can do is to keep your head up the whole time. I need you to start realizing that with your arms in front of you, you never have to put your face in the water. You just need your legs lower. Look where my legs are. They're tapping the bottom of the pool. That's keeping my head up. If my feet were up here, I would not be able to breathe. I too would not be able to breathe. My body's a seesaw. I can't make it do this. I gotta let one end go down.
Okay.
This keeps me up and I could just kick with my head up the whole day.
That's what I want to be able to do.
Sink your legs a little bit lower. So when you push off the bottom of the pool, drift off, don't push off. When you push off, watch my legs. They came up to the top, didn't they? Do you see my feet?
There we go.
Watch again then. Watch my feet. You see them come above the water?
Yeah.
We don't want that for you. So I need you to lean forward until you're just no longer able to support that and then start kicking.
Okay.
Okay? Here we go. We're gonna try it.
With my head up.
With your head up. Don't let it go down. Slower, slower, slower. Once your feet are no longer on the bottom, start kicking. Kick faster, lower, get them down to the bottom again. Kick down, kick deep.
They're not going down.
They're not going down because you're pushing down on me. Stop pushing down on me. Now they're going down. You think you're sinking, but you're not. You're just kicking your head up. Yeah, good. Now kick deep, kick deep. Don't press down on me. Kick deep. There we go. Now breathe. Are you kicking the bottom?
Yeah.
It's all right. Just keep kicking the bottom then. Yeah. All right. Now let's twirl around. Help you stand up. So it's okay for you to be kicking through the water like that. A little Loch Ness Monster look.
Somehow, like my body's, well, maybe because my size, like my body floats.
You are pretty buoyant.
Yeah.
But you're buoyant not because of your body or your size, but rather because your instincts are telling you to come up.
Yeah.
They want everything up.
How do you make your legs stay down?
Drive your knees to the bottom of the pool.
Okay.
With each kick, watch me. I can kick like this, where my feet keep coming up. Or I could kick like this. Driving my knee down.
Down.
Be aggressive. You gotta treat this water like it's glass and destroy it. Pull the arms up. Now that should sink your legs naturally, but if it's not, kick down hard. Wow, you're light. You're doing it. You're doing it. You're doing it. Look at you.
I'm holding on.
Well, you're not holding on. That's why I bounced your hands to show you that you weren't really using me. You're holding on, but you weren't pushing down.
Okay.
There's a difference.
Yeah.
Holding on is being like, I need something tactile to feel. Pushing down is I need someone to support me.
Okay.
You don't need me to support you anymore. That's good. Nice and gentle with the hands. Drive the knees down. Your chin can live right there on the water because it's not over your face. Now reach for the wall. Yeah. So now let's practice where you put your face down for just the first part and then lift it up and keep it up the rest of the way. Yep, one oopa. Ready? Bring it up, keep it up the rest of the way. And breathe, and stay like this the rest of the way. Good, don't press down on me. Pull up. There you go, there you go. Yep, yep. Felt a little sinkish at the end. Good. You're your own kickboard now. You have an invisible kickboard. Look at that, look at that. Breathe, breathe, good job. Good job. You even cracked a smile there, which we can't have any of those.
Okay.
Good, good. For a second there, I was like, breathe in. Why do you keep spitting water away? Breathe in.
There's water in my nose.
Oh, there's water in your nose? Blow it out of your nose. Take a deep breath in with your mouth and blow it out of your nose. Alrighty guys, here we go. Last part of the day. We're gonna teach her now how to pull with her face in the water. Ready? So I'm gonna have her doing some breaststroke pulls just to get her used to using her arms now to also help move her forwards in the water. When you do this pull, keep your arms underwater. You don't need to be pulling air. Air doesn't help me move forward. Water does. I couldn't even hold myself still there. So you don't want bubbles.
Oh.
The only bubbles are being created right now because my arm's up here. If I were to do this completely submerged like you, it wouldn't look so like that.
Oh, okay.
No breathing yet, remember? Keep your face down.
My bad.
You're good. We're gonna quit working on breathing for the day.
Okay.
Take another step forward, we're gonna let that rest. So now you're just pulling with your face in the water, just practicing pulling. Should be one of the easiest things you do. There you go. Good pulls. Good. I'll give you more help when you do it this way, less help when you do it that way. Chance to get it done correctly, chance to get it done on your own. Normally I won't let you grab me. There you go, do it again. All the way back. All the way back this way. Keep going. Good job. One more, you have space. All right, so now you'll do 2 pulls and a dismount. And on this direction, I'll help you more with the dismount. 1, 2, and I'm gonna help you with the dismount. Nice. Is 2 pulls the right amount before you run out of air?
Yeah.
So not to add a third?
No,
Got it.
I don't get enough air, man.
Yep, totally fine. Plus, I don't want any of my swimmers thinking that I'm a coach who wants them to get good at swimming without air. Right now, we're just teaching her the pulls. 2 pulls is plenty. Wow, nice dismount. Three more. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna teach you how to pineapple from back to belly. While you're still in the water, blow some of your bubbles out through your mouth. Get just to spit the water out.
Underwater?
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't have enough. No more water in my mouth. Any water in your mouth this time? I mean, the normal amount? It's coming from your head. Your pulls are getting way stronger. Your pulls are getting way stronger. When you flip from your back onto your belly, let's say you haven't learned the back dismount well enough yet to be confident to do it every time. Well, then you're gonna wanna roll your belly first and dismount from your belly. Here's how you would do that, watch. So you're on your back, floating. When you need to roll to your belly, take one arm, reach across your body and behind your head, like this. It doesn't matter which arm, I'll show you the other arm. Doesn't matter which arm you use, as long as you're going across your body, which rolls it onto its belly, and going behind your head so that you're right into that superhero position as soon as you're on your belly, which is the balanced 4-quadrant style swimming. Watch. I'm gonna do it on my other side. If you find yourself stuck with one arm in front, the other arm's not there, slow down. Don't just stand up thinking, it went poorly. Slow down, bring that other arm up. It's that easy. Then dismount. Watch. You don't need both hands in front of you the moment you roll onto your belly. Be patient. Roll to your belly, get both hands in front of you, dismount. I'll show you one more time. Watch closely. And remember, not to stand up all the way out of the water like I keep doing. That's a bad example. I keep doing that because my instincts are telling me to since it's a little chilly. Yep. So, which hand do you want to use?
Right.
Okay, so you're gonna go across and beyond, and then stand up. Good job. I'll do it for you again. We also kind of want to be aggressive with it, so this time I'm gonna kind of throw it. Ready? 3, 2, 1. And stand up. Wow, this time I'm gonna hold your head, but let you do the arm throw. Go ahead. You did it! Nice! First try. Oof. She got this concept down really fast. By the way, in case you guys out there think that we edit our videos to only show you the successful attempts, we do not. There are quite a bit of breaks that we take in between learning new things or even reviewing. But you guys, even though it's an 8-hour session that she's taking, we're really probably only capturing 3 hours of footage. So you guys see the whole unedited version. The only stuff we edit are when we're out taking breaks, sipping our water, things like that. Good. So let's take a deep breath right before we roll. Right before she rolls, I'm gonna remind her to take a super deep breath in. That way air is being released out of her nose as she rolls, because she said she's getting a little bit of water up her nose. Breathe it out. Now breathe it in and roll. Were you able to release any through your nose?
Yeah.
Good. Still a little bit of water up the nose though?
No, it's my mouth.
That was your mouth that time?
It's just on my mouth. It's not in.
Sure. Well, if it's on your mouth, keep spinning it away, especially if you've got air to spare. Then breathe in for your first time, so you'll breathe in those droplets. You're welcome. Whenever you're ready, take a deep breath and roll. Beautiful. Excellent. So the next step, by the way, would be to start kicking a little bit on your back before the roll. Start moving on your back. Start kicking. Now, big deep breath and roll. Good job. Making it look easy. Start kicking. I like how you're kind of paddling too. And roll when ready. Nice back dismount.
I don't know what I just did.
That's all right. Dismounted on her back. Good practice. Good job. Good kicking. It's back. Good. Good. Stay here and recover. I'm gonna pull you around. Okay.
Yeah.
I want you to start using your arms too. Yep. There we go. Now take a deep breath and roll when ready. Get everything out. Everything out. Breathe in, get it all out again. Breathe it in, get it all out again. Good. Breath in and roll. Good job. Paddles and feet. Good. You're ready. Good. I like how her first reaction now when she comes up out of the water is she's giving me a big hard exhale. She's starting to get used to the cycle breathing that exists when you swim. Yes, good job. 2 more times before I add one more step to it. One more like that. I could tell that one was poised to be your best one. Somehow when you came up to your back, you just right up. Easy. So the last step now on this day with this exercise is to also get her to start kicking on her belly and then dismount. So a little bit of kicking on your back, roll, a little bit of kicking on your belly, then dismount. Kick, roll, kick, dismount. Kick, 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 now dismount. You did it, you did it, you did it, you did it. I know you don't want that water in your face, I'm too excited. Good job. Good job. Paddles and kicks. Roll. Kick. Dismount. Good job. Good job. You guys notice she did that one all on her own from pretty much start to finish. Good. Let out your air and take a deep one and roll. Kick, kick, kick. Stand up. Good job. Good job. Good job. Great job. And stand up. You're swimming on your own.
Yay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, it's great. Good. Paddles and kicks. Couple deep breaths and then roll. Amazing. Yep. Good job. Good job. Alrighty, folks, you just saw her swimming on her own for the very first time. She's been swimming on her own a little bit here and there, but what you just saw, that's swimming. Tomorrow she'll be able to learn how to roll back to her belt or back to her back and keep going. And then she'll be able to do that all day. All as far as she wants, as long as she wants, as many times as she wants. She can swim across an ocean doing it that way. Wouldn't recommend it, wouldn't be safe. But in theory, on paper, if you can just roll belly to back to belly, belly to back to belly, then you could be breathing all day and making progress all day without ever really getting that tired. Spend more time on your back. The more tired you are, the more time you spend on your back where you can breathe. So for the first time going in the deep end, which is something that she's most nervous about, I'm gonna hold her the entire time. I'm not gonna trick her. There's no sense in that. You'll lose her trust. Plus she's on her back, so she'll be able to breathe the whole time and she won't have to look down. So we're already in the deep end. If you can tell, my feet are not on the bottom, but it's not getting any harder for you or me. We're both swimming. When you swim, there's way less effort than when you're panicking. If you're panicking, that's hard. Stretch your belly out a little bit more by standing taller. Yeah, push your legs away from you, push your head away from you. That'll stretch you out through the middle. Wow, you're moving us faster than I'm moving us. I'm having to kick faster. And we're back in the shallow end. Let's do a back dismount, so knees to chest. Use your arms. There you go. You did it. Yeah, I know. We're gonna go through it 2 more times. Good job. On the 3rd time, if you want to look around and be adventurous, go for it. On this time, just keep trusting me.
I have my eyes open this time.
Great! Awesome. Yeah. Yep, that's about all you'll get to see, especially when you swim outdoors. Indoors, you might see some fun ceiling patterns or some flags hanging from the top.
Yeah. You can feel the water feels different.
In the deep end?
Our stuff is kicking me in the butt.
That's me. Yep, that's me.
Kicking me.
Yep. I'll do treading water, which will push the water down, not up. I just don't like to tread as water as much as I like to kick water.
Keeps us afloat.
They both will, but I appreciate you. And we're there. Yeah. I'm giving you a chance to dismount with your feet not quite in the shallow end, just to give you that space you needed.
Okay.
And the ability to say, oh, I can still dismount in deeper water, just not deep water.
Okay.
So this time, when we get to the deepest part, I'm gonna have you kind of sit up and look around a little bit, just to get used to it. So we're there. Look around a little bit. Look down a little bit. Yeah. Look down this way a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. All of that's you getting used to being in deep water.
Okay.
I already know you know it's deep. But it's you accepting the fate of the deep water without accepting the fate of you sinking.
Right.
Now kick back to the shallow end. You're doing great. I'm right by you. Time to dismount. Now we're gonna be on a little bit of a curve, so scoot back. Scoot back. You swam in the deep water. And it was that simple. Tomorrow, we start to do it on your own. For instance, what I'll do is, we get to the deep water, I tell you that, you breathe through it, but I let go, and I'm still there. And then when it's time to turn, I grab you again, turn you around, and then we'll come back, same thing.
Okay.
And you'll be swimming in the deep end all by yourself. And when we get close to the shallow end, I'm gonna have you pineapple, dismount.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you.
You're welcome. Alrighty guys, well that's all we have for today. Day 2 of 4. LaQuesha learned how to start moving herself on her belly by taking some pulls. She learned how to roll from back to belly and then start kicking some more in order to dismount. She even got to swim through the deep end all by herself at the very end there with the last few kicks I had her doing on her own, just so that she knew. She had no idea whether or not she was in deep or shallow, but she knew after 3 times that she wasn't gonna end up sinking regardless of whether or not I was holding on to her. She trusted me. We did great. We have made an amazing amount of progress today. Stay tuned tomorrow for more, or in the next video when you see her do day 3. If you're watching this as one full-length video and you don't have time to watch day 3 and 4, well, we're also gonna upload them as their own days, and we're also gonna then pick out parts of each video to upload in shorter forms, like 10-minute videos of each thing. So if you're like, hey, I wanted to see her learn this earlier, somehow I must have skipped it. Well, don't worry, you could probably go search for that particular part in this day. So we upload the video in multiple formats, one long one, 4 days, 4 one-day videos, and a bunch of shorter clips that have the important tips that you guys are looking for. Alrighty guys, Johnny Rocket here with day 3 with LaQuesha. We've been getting her moving on her belly with learning how to breathe on her own. We've got her moving a tremendous amount on her back already, even through the deep end. Now, today, we're gonna be getting her moving more with her freestyle arms, moving from back to belly and belly to back, as well as some backstroke arms. Consider becoming a member of the channel because we're going to be increasing the price of the membership each time we reach a certain threshold of 50 and 100 and 200, 250 members, and then 500. And eventually it'll stay at one price, but it's going to keep increasing until then. So make sure you get in early and get grandfathered in with the old prices. So if you're ready to learn with us, let's dive right into it. So like every day, we're gonna start off today reviewing what we've already known and worked on, which will be the oompas to start, some traveling bobs, some pushing off and kicking without fins, kickboard kicking without fins, back kicking, no fins. Then we'll review some dismounting on belly and on back. And then we're gonna get into some of the new stuff. The progression will be to take her through the deep end with the fins and the kickboard, something she knows how to do already pretty easily. Then we'll start taking her through the deep end on her back. We'll also start to then teach her how to do some headley kicking, some handley kicking, which will lead us into some freestyle arms, which will lead us into some pineapples from belly to back, instead of what she already knows how to do, which is back to belly. Well, once we got her going from belly to back and back to belly, then we'll switch it over to backstroke, teach her some backstroke arms. And then finally, she'll be a pretty proficient swimmer on her belly and her back. Tomorrow will be all about learning some more difficult drills that'll give her more balance in the water and allow her to feel so much more confident. And after day 4, she'll be confident enough to go swimming on her own and do exercises on her own. Very nice. Any water in the mouth or nose?
No, I started spitting twice.
Start spitting twice. Nice. Good.
Before I go down.
Ah, I like. Good. Let's do a little bit more. Yeah, even by day 3, she's already clearing the water out away from her mouth and nose area way quicker with way more confidence. Oh, very confident. So the next thing I want you to do is we're gonna get on the kickboard. Now this is not deep end activity yet, don't worry. This is you getting better at doing stuff without fins that you've already been doing with fins. It's a way to kind of show you how to slowly wean yourself off fins. Not that you need to wean yourself off fins. I like to tell people, if you're ever just swimming for exercise or whatever for whatever reason, wear fins as much as you can. Okay, it's awesome. Yeah, wear fins as much as you can. You'll learn things faster. Your experience will be more enjoyable. Even when I go swimming, oftentimes I'll wear fins just because I want to feel as fast as I used to be. I'm going to pull you and let you do some of this on your own. Fast kicks, fast kicks. Kickboard activity is hard because the kicking is much more aggressive than it is when you're just naturally swimming. Pull the kickboard up. Good. All right, now do it back and forth on your own a couple times. Keep the kickboard near the surface the best you can. I like the 2-directional kick you've got going on. Looks really good.
Thank you.
Each kick is effective. Very nice. It's a bit exhausting. Yep, it's all legs. Legs are big muscles. They chew up a lot of your energy very quickly. And without your arms helping like they're not when you're on the kickboard, this exercise can be exhausting. Next up is face in the water. And when you lift to breathe, you're only getting 1 breath at a time. Face back down. Lift to
From
breathe.
here to top.
So, yep, so your head's down. When you need a breath, 1 breath. Getting used to that because this will help you when we lose the kickboard and start doing those superhero kicks. When you're wearing fins, the splash needs to be minimal.
Okay.
It shouldn't be non-existent. It should just be minimal, ideally. When you're learning, sometimes I force you to keep the fins completely underwater, but when you're kicking without them, there should be a little bit of splash. It makes the kick easier to do. Yeah. You see how this little bit is something you already know plus something you haven't done. So it's still kind of review, but you're putting something together here that'll allow you to do this without a kickboard easier. All right, do 2 more times. Just back and forth. Nice, nice. Yep, and it's okay to take longer breaks in between. Good. Okay. The next step is I'm going to be taking you on your back around here a couple times and then through the deep end a couple of times. You'll help me by paddling and kicking. And then we'll go back into superhero kicking. Good. This cap goes over your ears. You might not get water in the ears with this cap. Nice. Yeah. Might be a more pleasurable experience. All right. Kicking paddle, kicking paddle, kicking paddle. Good. Just so the folks know out there that I'm not really helping her. I'm just guiding her. Helping her turn around. And before we go to the deep end, I'm gonna let you dismount. I'm gonna let you dismount a couple of times before we go into the deep end.
Right now?
Yeah, let's try one right now. Go ahead. So knees to chest, bring them in. Yep. Those dismounts are getting better and better each time. Good. Some kicks and some paddles if you can. There you go. Makes her way more buoyant, and the paddles help you go faster. They keep water pushing down, which keeps you up. They also push a little bit of water backwards, which keeps you going forwards. Both keep you up. Momentum and redirection. Good job. Let's take one more turn and then you can dismount. Okay, dismount when you're ready. Knees to chest. Yep, lots of arms. Now she's starting to use her arms a little earlier and earlier with each dismount, which is teaching me something as an instructor. That is, I'll probably start teaching people to use their arms sooner. You know, as like instantaneous as you pull your knees in. Ready to go to the deep end?
Sure.
Okay. We're gonna breathe nice and deep to keep her heart rate level and her nervous system in check. Breathe. You're already holding it. Breathe. We're in the deep end already, so breathe through it. You'll notice that deep end water doesn't suck you down. The surface of the water always remains in the same place. It's only the floor that got further away. But we're not swimming on the bottom of the pool, we're swimming on the surface. So in theory, it shouldn't matter how deep the water gets. Shouldn't matter how far away the floor gets, so long as we're swimming at the surface where humans belong. Now, if you want to go deep sea diving, scuba diving, all that, you know, just safety first and all that, but super fun. But without that kind of gear, humans belong up at the surface where they can breathe. Time to dismount. Do another one. Good job. Good job. So it shouldn't matter where the bottom of the pool goes. What matters is that she knows how to swim on the surface. And if she could swim on the surface, the bottom of the floor could be so far away that it wouldn't matter. She's at the surface. Good job. Now my feet are off the bottom, so we're completely in the deep end. Breathe through it. And then the faster you kick and the faster you paddle, the faster we go through it. And if you can breathe deep while getting faster, you'll start to be able to cross deep ends on your own without panic setting in, because you can get there quickly. All right, let's go fast. Stretch out tall, kick fast, small fast kicks, fast paddles. Good job. We're flying. You can almost see that her body just entered a very competitive swimmer's body position with her head. It's awesome. Time to dismount. Good job. I think dismounting without the fins is also just easier. So now I'm gonna get her swimming a little bit on her belly again with her arms out in front of her, kicking, trying to get her own breath. She might need to pull to get her breath, and that's okay. We're past the stage where we're trying to get her to breathe without pulling. She needs a pull. We're going to give her a pull. Someday she'll be able to balance herself without a pull and breathe at the same time, but we're not there yet. Good. Mostly just exhaling, right? That was mostly just exhaling?
Not getting time to breathe in.
Not getting time to breathe in. Exhale underwater this time. I think you might be ready to breathe in without having to paw above water.
Okay.
Because when you were doing your oompas earlier, it was so easy for you. You were starting to get more confident that it doesn't matter if there's droplets around your mouth. Blow out. Come up and breathe. Yeah, you're still very much an exhaling, and that's okay. Did you get any breath in that time or still no?
I don't think so.
You don't
Not
think
a
so?
long one.
Okay. So what if you did another pull with your head still above the water to give yourself time to breathe in?
I'll try.
Start a pull to start the breath, do another pull to continue the breath. Yeah, I mean, it kind of worked. Yeah, it kind of worked.
Kind of just drowning.
Kind of just drowning. Yeah, that's what it feels like maybe, but the more you practice it, the easier it gets, and you'll start to anticipate the movements better.
Yeah.
So go do it a few more times. Let's see how it goes. Good. I'm gonna add a third pull in. I'm gonna have her start a pull, breathe on the second pull, and continue the breath on the third pull. The first pull is to get your momentum going. The second pull will then bring you up, and the third pull will keep you up. So this is what I'm gonna have her do. I'm gonna have her use 3 pulls. One, to get her started, get the momentum going a little faster. The second one will bring her up for a breath. The third one will continue her breath. It'll look something like this. Pull once. No, it's okay. If you mess up the pull once before you breathe and then come up, just keep pulling until you've got a breath. Okay. You're ready for it. You're ready to hold yourself up. You're strong enough. Let's get a stronger push off the wall first. Did you get a breath in? Nope, just an exhale. That's all right. Pineapples from back to belly now. So we're gonna have her doing what we learned yesterday, which was how to rotate from her back onto her belly in order to keep swimming. But I'm just gonna have her dismount and practice the dismounts on her belly. Good, kicking fast, paddling, and then arm goes across your body and behind your head. And then you dismount. Good. Good. A little water up the nose. I forgot to tell you, take a deep breath before you roll.
Yep.
Remember, folks, take a super deep breath in right before you do your pineapple and roll to belly. Because you might get water up your nose if you don't have a super deep breath in. You might be inclined to breathe in, which will get water up your nose, or you'll accidentally dip your head underwater while you're still kind of on your back and get water up your nose. Deep breath in. Pineapple. Any water up the nose that time? Yeah. Awesome. Give it paddles and kicks. Deep breath. Pineapple and kick. Now dismount. Good job. Good job. Lay back gently. Start paddling and kicking. Deep breath. Kick, kick, kick. Dismount. Awesome. Very good. She's now safely starting to swim on her back, which she could do for hours if she had to, and then roll to her belly and dismount whenever she gets to shallow water. In theory, she can now swim on her own, but we want to get her swimming more with her arms. We want to get her swimming more on her belly. We want her to be able to get her own breath on her belly. So it's time to learn how to pineapple the other way. So here we go. I'm going to teach her how to roll from her belly onto her back. When you're doing a pineapple from belly to back, you're gonna have to elbow the air and slap the water with the same arm. I'll show you. So whichever arm you decide to roll with, you pick that arm, elbow the air, slap the water. It's like this. And that should rotate you onto your back. If you have a hard time getting your face out of the water, just roll your face. Just remember you have full control over your neck. There's nothing that's telling you can't roll your neck other than this, other than something in your conscious telling you to stay as you are and not change what's happening. So just make sure that you elbow the air, slap the water. Try again, but I'm gonna do it a little bit smoother this time. From there, take a deep breath in and let your body rise up to the surface. This is the part that I don't like to say too often because it's hard to say it without teaching how, but try to remain calm. When you roll to your back, try to remain calm. Take a deep breath in and just stay still for a moment. Just let your body resurface on its own. Your air in your lungs acts as air balloons. They pull you up. So allow that. It's like an inner life vest. Let it happen, remain calm. The best way to remain calm is usually to breathe, but I'm telling you to hold your breath. So hold your breath and think of something happy or think of your favorite food. Let's bring your arms off to the side. Now you can roll better. Which arm are you gonna use? Go. That's all right. So roll all the way without standing up. Don't try to stand up. If you end up plopping back into the water on your belly, so be it, dismount on your belly. But if you try to stand up on your side, it's gonna cause chaos. Okay, that's one. Head back, head back. You got water up your nose? Yeah, a lot of water up your nose. Okay, so remember, as you're rolling, you're blowing out. Don't be breathing in, don't be just sitting normally. So I'll give you that cue. I'm gonna say, we're about to roll, start humming. Start hawing.
Okay.
Okay? And you gotta blow, you gotta exhale as you roll, whether it's through your nose or through your mouth. Just make sure you're exhaling as you roll. That's why some people who don't wanna do the oompa because they don't wanna make the sound, they don't wanna hum, it sounds silly to them, they're missing out. If you do you're humming. A hum is a release of air through your nose. If you don't believe me, put your finger underneath your nose and hum. You'll feel hot air coming out of your nose, but it's different than blowing out of your nose. Blowing out of your nose is too forceful. I lose all my air in less than 2 seconds. Humming, I can hum for 20 seconds on one breath. I know because I make the kids hum for 10 and they've told me, oh, what if you could hum for 20? And I was like, I don't know, let me try. And I did it easily. If you're humming, you're just releasing air. You could do that for 20 seconds without any problems. But if you blow it all out, it's gone in less than 2 seconds. So just hum. And if you get better at humming, then you won't need to make the sound anymore because you'll get better at just releasing air. I'm not making any humming sound, so you can't tell what I'm doing, but I'm releasing my air through my nose, just very slowly, very softly. A hum does it more controlled. Good. Now dismount. Good. Any water up the nose?
No.
Awesome. Good. Dismount on your own. Good job. Fantastic. Good, and roll. Good. I'm gonna help you less with the arms and more with your head from now on, because you're starting to get it pretty easily. Good. I want you to be a little bit more aggressive about slapping the water when you roll, okay? Dismount. Right now, you're lingering your arm up in the air too long and sinking you. You got to elbow slap, get it out of the way. All you're doing with it is rotating your body. You're not trying to be pretty about it. Oh my God, I didn't help you at all. I didn't help you at all. You got to where I was gonna grab you and I didn't need to. Yeah, holy sweet. Bailed out of it a little quickly there. Ah, you got nose full of water. Well, nice bail. Somehow you were able to bail out on your own without help. So nice job there. Is there any water in your nose? Big water up your nose? Mouth. Spit it out. Even on your back, you can spit it out. Good. Yeah. Hey. I look better. Let's do it together for a couple more. In the water, you want to be breathing out of your nose for the most part. There's no hard, fast rule. People ask me all the time, is it in through your mouth, out through your nose, or out through your nose, out there, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't really matter. I mean, there's, for instance, you could be in and out of your mouth or in through your mouth, out through your nose, but you should never be in through the nose. As soon as you hit the water, even right here standing, stop breathing in through your nose. It's a bad habit to associate nose breathing and being in the water. It's a bad habit to be in. Don't let your body associate water with any sort of nose breathing. As soon as you touch water, start breathing through your mouth only, or in through your mouth, out through your nose. So, I want you to put the fins on. We're gonna go through the deep end with them and the kickboard. We're gonna hold it at the top and keep your head up. Yep. Once your feet come off the ground, just start kicking them decently fast. Yeah. Not so fast you get too tired. Let's breathe comfortably. You're good. I can't even tell. I don't know what kind of... I was gonna say, must be. Good job. A little nerve-wracking?
No.
No? Good. Kick it all the way in and then dismount. Yeah. Oh, I forgot the twirl dismount. Good for you. Good memory. I'm gonna be with you, but you're gonna do it yourself. And when it's time to turn around, I'm gonna grab you and turn you around. I like the two-directional kick you got going on. Twirl and dismount. Good. Excellent. I'm gonna have her do it 3 more times for a total of 6. Good. Each time you're gonna get a little bit more space from you, probably. It's your steering wheel. Wherever you wanna go, you point that nose of the kickboard. Nice job. Good job. Very independent swimmer you've become. Twirl, take a break. That's a lot of good job. Well, folks, she's now swimming into the deep end on her own with fins and a board. That's a huge step forward from where she was on day 1. Good. Let's see if you can kick fast enough. Put pressure on my hands. Let's see if you can kick fast enough to keep your head up. Yeah, I thought you might. Thought maybe. You might be hitting the ground with your knees a little bit, are you?
No.
No? So, when it comes time to breathe, get into this position. Ready? Let's try that. Head down. Now head up. Stay in this position. And then head back down. Deep breath. I forgot we were near a wall, so it's gonna be hard to dismount. You're good. Good job. Good job. That's essentially what you're doing when you're pulling, is you're just creating enough speed and momentum to keep you up.
Yeah.
I was gonna say we might be able to get it with your kick, because you have fins on.
Yeah.
Just your kick. When you don't have fins on, I'd recommend you pull,
Okay.
which we'll do more of tomorrow. But let's do with just fins on. Let's get you going up and down on your own. Good job. Good job. You're gonna back up into the stair there, that's fine. Good job. I'm gonna have her start with her head up so she knows how much strength it requires to keep it there, and then she'll be able to just lower it in and pick it back up. As opposed to starting with it in, she's then gonna feel kind of stuck to get it up. So I want her to start with her head up. Yep. Breathe. Head down. Come back up, breathe. Good job, good job, good job. A little bit of water in the mouth?
Yep.
All right. Each attempt obviously will get better, as you found.
Yeah.
Good. Cough it out, get it out, whatever is needed. Deep breath in. Ooh.
Not a deep breath in.
That's okay. It was also dangerous that you tried to dismount with your foot forward, but it looks like it worked. Looks like you were strong enough to push that blade past the ground. Good. Nice. Good. Way to bail out, even if it didn't go well. Nice, nice, nice. I also want the camera to notice something on her next attempt. You'll notice that every time she's exhaling, she's like spitting water out and blowing things away. Her instincts are starting to kick in, the right ones, about keeping water away from her mouth and her nose. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, baby. Awesome. Sweet. Awesome. All right, so what we're gonna do next is have her go to the deep end. Since we're kind of bouncing back and forth between activities here to help her learn, you gotta decompress a lot. You gotta stop doing one thing once you get it done really well and do a few repetitions of it done really well so that you practice so you can't get it wrong, kind of a thing. Then switch gears and then come back to that or build off of that from earlier. So now we're gonna switch gears and go from deep end to shallow end on her back, just paddling and kicking, because earlier we had her doing that on her own in the shallow end, and yesterday at the end of the day I had her doing that while I was holding her, and even today I had her doing that a lot while I was holding her. But now I'm gonna have her doing it kind of all on her own from a start to a finish. So I'm gonna have to teach her how to push off the wall from the deep end. It's a little different, so I want you to follow along with me. Now I'm gonna teach you how to reach for a wall when you're on your back and there's no bottom. To reach for the wall, we're gonna stop here. You're gonna reach across your body. I think you like this one, yeah. So you're gonna reach across your body, behind your head, just like a pineapple will. Now don't reach that other arm up too soon. If you reach that other arm up too soon, this one won't get there. Okay, so now that you're on your back, here's what I want everybody to learn. It's how to push off the wall on your back as a beginner. That way you don't create a wave that comes over and crashes over your face, which causes a lot of discomfort. So what you'll do is you'll bring your knees up on the wall. You'll keep them on the wall, feet flat on the wall like that. Good. From there, you're gonna lean your head back. Your arms are straight. From here, just let go of the wall and extend with your legs, but not hard. Do it as if you're just floating away. Now start kicking and paddling. There you go. You're doing good. All right, we're in the shallow end, so you can now dismount from back. You're good. Nope, never apologize. You're good. Look at that. You did it. Something you probably didn't think you'd be doing today.
Yeah.
Let's go do it again. In order to get there, you're gonna kick on your back down there. Good. When we get there, I'll help you with that grabbing of the wall again. Steer you back into the middle just a little bit so you have room to grab the wall. So we're there. So reach, roll, grab, and you're safely on the wall. Good job. And now she's even ready to push off again. Her chin is back. She's already a lap swimmer at this point. Ready? Go. Good job. Very nice. All right, go ahead and dismount. Good job. So we're gonna do this a couple more times, helping her swim across the pool on her back, all on her own. Here we go. Okay, we're there. Reach. Good job. You're pretty much ready for me to not help you reach because all on your own. See ya. She didn't know dismount. Now she's willing to swim across the deep end for us. And dismount. and reach. Now let you get a little bit closer, or you were just going faster. Sorry.
That's cool.
Jammed your wrist in. And dismount. Your face stays completely dry when you dismount now.
Good.
Super
Not
impressive.
splashing like that.
No, yeah. You're as efficient as I am at dismounting.
Oh.
All right. So. All right. So. Yeah, I don't know if we should take much more risk. Alrighty guys, Johnny Rocket here with day number 4 with LaQuesha. Day 3 got cut short because of lightning. Today we're gonna try and catch up by getting some of those things done, as well as finish up the work that we have to do through day 4. She's going to review all the things that she's been doing so far, like kicking through the deep end with a kickboard and fins, kicking on her back through the deep end on her own with fins, maybe even on through the deep end today without her fins, for both the kickboard and the floating on her back. And then we'll start teaching her the freestyle arms and the backstroke arms, getting her moving more comfortably on her belly and her back. Hope you enjoy. Now let's dive right into it. Stretch out tall, fast feet, 2-directional kick. Very nice. Good job. Good. Nice. Nice. Okay, so now I'm gonna have her reviewing her kick on the kickboards by going through the deep end. So it's something kind of new. It's something she already knows how to do, but it's something she hasn't done yet as far as doing it in the deep end. So I'll hold her for the first couple of rounds through, and then I'm gonna set her up in the deep end where she can just push off the wall on her own. She'll hold on to both the wall and the board. She'll push off the wall on her own and be able to kick to the shallow end on her own. Kickboard up. Good job. Good job. So now you're swimming through the deep end without fins. We haven't done that yet. Good. You might not be where you think you can stand yet. There you go. You were so close.
I'm so tired.
Right on the incline. Yeah, it's kind of hard to do. It's kind of hard to do that much kicking because your leg muscles are larger than any of your other muscles. So they consume a lot of oxygen. They consume a lot of your energy. So when you're tired, the temptation is to come up out of the water.
Yeah.
And to try and help yourself by breathing more, by being higher. But really, you're just making the whole operation harder for yourself.
Okay.
Every ounce of your body that comes above the water takes on 12 times its weight, so it's become 12 ounces.
Okay. So more so float a little?
Yeah, so more so push the kickboard out in front of you and let your shoulders dip underwater. Yeah, like that. So it's just your head. Yep. Yeah, and the kicks can be bigger without having to be faster too. That'll allow you to get the same kind of propulsion. It might take a little longer to get through the deep end, but it won't be as difficult. By the way, all the stuff that you've had to learn, learning it in cold water does make it different, makes it harder.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. We were hoping the water wouldn't be like this. It would be the same temperature it was in July 4th, which was plenty warm. Then they had a cold snap with some rain. Good. Almost, I'll tell you when you can dismount. It's usually by these yellow hook or these silver hooks. That's where the rope is. Go ahead and dismount. That's where the rope would be to separate the shallow from the deep end. Excellent. So now on the next one, I'm gonna help her get to the deep end. We're gonna take a break down there. I'm gonna help her hold on to a wall, because that's probably something she hasn't done before either, is hold on to the wall in a deep end by herself. So I'll help her learn how she can do that for herself. And then when she's caught her breath, I'll let her push off the wall and swim back to the shallow end. And I'll teach her how to get her hand back on the board too. No, I'll do my faster. So when reaching up for the wall and deep end with the kickboard, slide it to the side. Okay, slide it away from your body to get it out of your way. And then you can hold onto the board or onto the wall and keep this kickboard away from your body to balance you.
Okay.
Okay, so you won't ever float away from the wall or get into a panic mode. Now, in order to push off the wall, slide your hand down a little bit, turn your body around. Yeah, there you go. And bring one foot up on the wall, but keep one foot down, pushing against the bottom, even though it's kind of slippery. Let's keep this foot down, bring the other foot up onto the wall. Yep, and then you're gonna push off, and this hand will reach for the board to join that hand.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, push. Good job. Pull the kickboard up. Kick yourself back to the shallow end. 2-directional kick. Less is more. Stay low. Good job. Very good job. You're aiming for those silver hooks, so you're past halfway. You're closing in. And now you can dismount. I might have done that a centimeter early, but you did it. You landed on the flat part. Good job. She's swimming through the deep end all by herself with a kickboard, no fins now. Yesterday you saw her do that with fins. Now she's doing it no fins. Reach for the wall, spin the kickboard away. Good. You try to keep it in front of you. The trouble is it gets in your way and you can't reach for the wall, and then all of a sudden you'll panic. So just spin it away from you, reach for the wall. When you're ready, this time it's on you. You're gonna push off and reach the other hand that's on the wall to the hand that's on the kickboard. Good job. Going, maybe to the edge of the steps. Now you can dismount safely for sure. A little bit of tickle in the ears. Good job getting used to that. It's also cold water, which doesn't help. Yeah, and then dismount by bringing your arms back, knees to chest, pull it in. Good job. She's getting much tighter and faster with her dismounts. She's the dismount queen now. So you can then dismount. Good. Let's do 2 on your own now. Good. To get the belly up, just start kicking and paddling, just to get your momentum going. Momentum creates buoyancy. Start kicking, start paddling. Stretch out tall. Now dismount. Yeah. Nice. If you dismount a little without your body being up, it might be more difficult, but you handled it well because it's day 4 and you've done 1,000,000 of them now. Nice. Good job. Good. Take some breaths. Don't let yourself get too hung up on holding your breath. But as you breathe, do keep your tank half full or above. From half full to full tank, or half full to 3/4, or 3/4 to a full. Whatever it is, keep it above half of a tank and breathe. Good. Paddles and kicks. Good. Yep.
I'm gonna stop.
You're good. I'll keep you up. I'll keep you up, and I'm going to give you more momentum. There you go. And now you can dismount. Good job. At one point, she couldn't feel like if we were still making progress or if she had stopped. So what happened was we got to a point where there was no more landmarks to use to tell whether or not we were still moving. So she got a little nervous, but she kept her cool and she just kept paddling and kicking, keeping her belly high, keeping her face above water rather than reaching up. You don't want to reach up when you're in trouble because that just sinks you faster. Keep everything underwater, remain cool, and just start focusing on keeping your chest, neck, and mouth high. Do everything you can, everything else underwater to keep that up, which she did. She did very well. So right here, folks, I'm giving her no effort, no support, just guiding her. We're turning around. Now we're going back, and I want you to kick a little bit faster, paddle a little faster like you were just doing to get yourself back there. You're almost there, almost there. A few more feet. You'll be able to dismount in 3, 2, 1, dismount. Good job. You did it. Nice job. So the next step will be, I will take her down. I'll give her most of the support, and I'll take her down in the deep end, help her grab the wall like we learned yesterday, even though she had fins yesterday. Today she won't. Then we'll set her up on the wall again like we did yesterday so she can swim on her back, but she won't have fins again. So she'll be pushing across, so she'll be pushing off the wall, swimming across the deep end on her own, all on her back without fins. And I'll tell her when she can dismount. Watch this. You can relax, I'll do most of the work. Okay, so we're almost there. Let's get this hand ready. 3, 2, 1. Good job.
Thank you.
All right. I'm gonna set her up on the wall the proper way to push off on your back as a beginner. If you're a competitive swimmer, you want those toes up, knees up, and you want the toes as high to the surface as you can get them. You don't want them above the surface, but you want them high. But as a beginner, you want to put your knees right on the wall with your feet flat. So your toes are actually down towards the bottom, not up towards the sky. Your whole shin will be pretty much on the wall. This is so that you can't push off very hard, because the harder you push off, there's this wave, this suction that gets created between you and the wall, creates a wave that then follows you and goes over your face. If you've seen on Instagram, Coach Mike from Nitro has amazing videos regarding this technique. Keep your knees on the wall, keep your feet flat, tops of the feet on the wall, and just release. Let go of the wall. You can keep your arms straight if that helps you for balance, but just let go of the wall and let your body drift away like this. If you need to push away just a little bit, that's okay, but just be careful that you don't create a water wall that comes over and splashes you in the face. I'll show you an example that would be done poorly for someone who got water up their nose. It would look something like this. Even with the right technique, if they're too aggressive, they'll get the same water wall. Watch. Watch, here comes. Too aggressive, here comes the water wall. It's gonna drown me, or at least get water up my nose, which is uncomfortable. Get that in the right position. Now just let go of the wall, start extending away.
Are you gonna be back there?
I'm gonna be back there ready for you when you get to the other end. And I'm gonna stay near you as well. But I'm not gonna help you. You're gonna kick and paddle on your own, and you'll do it, I promise. 3, 2, 1, let go. Paddles and kicks, paddles and kicks, paddles and kicks. Good job. Deep breaths, keep your tank full. Good job. I'm gonna move you towards the center of the pool again because you're about to hit the left wall, but you're fine. Just keep paddling, kicking. Good. You'll be able to dismount very soon. Just keep going, keep going. 3, 2, 1, dismount. You did it. You swam across the whole deep end. I know, that was a lot. That was a lot, but she did it. She's now able to swim across the deep end on her own. No kickboard, no fins, without anything other than on her back being able to breathe, which was also, if you remember on day one, was one of the things that she was afraid of doing, was being on her back. She said she can be on her back, she doesn't like to be on her back. Now, it's the first thing that she used to get across the pool at the deep end, all on her own. We're gonna reach through the wall in 3, 2, 1, reach. Good job. Good job. All right. So she's in her right spot. I think she's ready to go. Paddles and kicks as fast as you can. Stand tall. 3, 2, 1, go. Good. You did go a little bit high, so you might get water. Just cough it out. Yep, I gotcha. Cough it out. And then lay back and I'll pull you the rest of the way.
Okay.
Keep coughing. Good job. So I'm gonna show you what happened there. It's not a big mistake. You'll be able to fix it pretty easily.
I pushed too hard.
You pushed up too high. And dismount. Here's a common mistake you might make when doing this on your own. She didn't push back too hard. She pushed up too high. So when I said 3, 2, 1, release, rather than releasing into the water, it was more up like this. And then you fell, and that'll cause the same thing to happen. So instead, she'll want to do something more like this. Lay that head back. Lay that head back even more. Let go of the wall first with her hands. Let it just drift away, and then push maybe with just her toes. Just her toes. Yeah, we'll take the process a little slower. All right, reach for the wall, open your eyes. Good job. Nice job. All right, so let's go head back more. Yep, straight arms, and then let go of the arms. Start to drift away. 3, 2, 1. Arms let go, drift away. Now kicks, paddles, and kicks, paddles, and kicks. Here you go. Now you can go as fast as you want. Stretch out tall. Good. Good job. You're halfway through. Stretch out tall, keep breathing. Paddles and kicks. And the kicks on your back are half as big and twice as fast as they are when you're on your belly. I'm gonna steer you towards the middle again. You're just a yard or two away from being able to dismount. Nice, small, fast kicks. Use those hands to really push water. All right, dismount in 3, dismount in 2, dismount in 1. You did it, you did it. You got through it.
I got it by the wall.
Yeah, that's all right. You still got it. All right, so now we're gonna review the pineapples from back to belly and from belly to back. So this is the one where you take a deep breath and then you go across your body and behind your head. 3, 2, 1, and then dismount. Yep, good. Make sure you take that deep breath right before you go so that you can be humming as you do it, which keeps the air coming out of your nose, preventing water from going up it. Good. Deep breath in and hold. Did water get up your nose there?
Nope.
Start kicking a little bit and then do it. Good. Good. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. Now remember, when rolling from belly to back, you're gonna take one of your arms, you're gonna elbow the air and then slap the water. All right, let me demonstrate real quick. Elbow the air, slap the water. Good. I'm gonna be there on your side. I just couldn't remember which side you were gonna use. Arms down, water up the nose.
Yeah.
All right, before we go, make sure you take a super deep breath and then begin humming right away. Water's gonna keep going up your nose until we remember to take deep breaths every time and hum. Now, I'm also not reminding her enough. I'll keep reminding her. Deep breath in, start the hum, because you can hum for 10 seconds with a single breath, and you can also hum for up to 20 seconds, some people for longer than that, on a single breath. But when you blow, that lasts for a second, it's all gone. A hum releases the same amount of air over a 20-second period compared to blowing. Blowing releases all the air immediately. Any water up the nose? Sounded like it.
Yep.
Yep. Any water up the nose? Yep. Okay. So as you roll, then start blowing out of your nose. We also got a partly too is probably so the roll happens faster is whip your face out quicker. But we gotta wait till your body comes back up. Because at first, what happens is, push off again. Your body goes down and then it resurfaces. And we gotta wait till it resurfaces before you start the roll. If you start it while you're still deep. Punks. Almost. We're gonna do it. We're gonna gather yourself. We're gonna do it one more time and then decompress. Take our second break. 2, 1, chipmunks. Nice. Oh, that looks gorgeous. Good. Stand up. Any water in the nose that time? Yeah. Something maybe momentum is what we needed. 4 steps that I have for backstroke arms that allow you to swim backstroke pretty proficiently within these 4 steps. The first step is big, tall arms. You want to reach up towards the sky as you swim backstroke. You don't want what a lot of beginners do, which is to swim with noodly arms. No noodly arms. You don't want your elbows loose. You don't want your hand coming over your face because you'll splash water over your face. Instead, you want big, tall arms reaching up to the sky, pretending as though your fingernails are scraping the clouds. It'll look something like this. First, I'll do it wrong, then I'll do it right. That would be wrong. So here's how we're gonna practice this. Each time I'm gonna have her swimming down in the deep end with me. I'm gonna put her on the wall. I'm gonna have her push off the wall and practice her backstroke arms back to the shallow end. For the first couple times that she's practicing, I'll probably hold her head, but she'll be able to get this pretty quickly since she's already able to move on her back on her own. Using her arms will likely just increase that proficiency. And even as we get there, I'll show you. The backstroke arms are big, tall arms, reaching back, pulling the water behind you towards your feet. All right, it's time to reach for the wall. Yeah, good. Things are much easier in fins, aren't they? So you're gonna let go of the wall nice and gently. I'll be back by your head. And I want you to reach up for the sky with each arm pull that you take, okay?
Knees on the wall.
Yeah, knees high on the wall, head back, arms straight, head back more. 3, 2, 1, let go. Good. Big, tall arms. Good. Get this chin back more. There you go. There you go. Good. So if you're on your back, even with fins, you can dismount the normal way. Ready? Dismount. Good job. A little bit of water splashing over your face isn't always the worst thing, especially if you feel okay with it, then let it happen. 1 down, 7 to go. This one's big, tall arms again, but you're gonna start to do them on your own. Now you don't have to start with a stroke.
Okay.
Let your hands both fall into the water as you get your body to the surface, then start pulling, okay?
Okay.
Head back, knees up, arms straight, ready, go. Good. Now start stroking. Big, tall arms. Look at this, folks. She's swimming on her own. And dismount. All right, so step 1 was big, tall arms. Now, what a beginner oftentimes might do is they'll have a big, tall arm and then they'll let it drop off to the side. So step 2 is reach back for as much water as you can grab. Reach back behind your head for more water on every single arm pull, like this. Here's what it might look like if someone did it wrong. But here's how it's done right. Reaching all the way back. So I will hold your head this for the first one, just in case you're not reaching back far enough. I'll catch an arm and reach it back for you. 3, 2, 1, just let go. Start kicking, now start swimming. Good, 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 good. And dismount. Nice. You started going so fast, it's too hard for me to keep up. Nice job.
Thank you.
Yep. Okay, here goes steps 1 and 2, big tall arms and reach. Ready, go. And dismount. Beautiful. Step number 3, strong invisible hands or strong pulls. When your hand enters the water on backstroke, it goes nearly invisible to the spectators above the surface. That's why I call it an invisible hand, but really what you're doing is creating a strong pull. So let it stay kind of wide from your body. Don't let it fall next to your body. And people ask, how deep should it be? Well, there's different schools of thought, somewhere between 3 to 6 inches beneath the surface of the water, or 3 inches to a foot beneath the water. But you don't need it to be super deep. Just don't have it so shallow that you're pulling air. You don't need to be splashing on the pull portion as you pull water from behind your head down to your feet. So deep enough that you're catching all water, okay? Here's how a weak pull would look. Or Here's how a pull that would be too shallow it would look. Neither one of those are good technique. The proper strong invisible hand would look like this. Here we go. Strong invisible hands. Ready? Let go. Push backwards. Start stroking. Good. Good. And dismount. Nice. Now step 3, these strong pulls, arguably is the most important step because it's the only step of all 4 where you're pulling water or redirecting it. What you're doing is moving yourself through the water. All the other steps are to set up a strong pull. Even though step 4 is not about the pull, you'll see why we have it in the order that we do when we get to it. And you can dismount. Good job. The 4th and final step to the backstroke arms are windmill arms. So you don't want the hands to catch up to one another down by your pockets like most of us do when we learn. Instead, you want your arms to be opposite one another, one up, one down, like a windmill. These will never catch up to one another, but they'll constantly be moving like this. You're now a machine, and the machine doesn't stop. You're a robot. Your robot doesn't stop, okay? Here's how this would be done poorly. Here would be some good windmill arms. The arms are constantly moving. I like to say the word switch in my head, or I'll ask my students to say the word switch while they swim it in their head. Arms opposite one another, switch, 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 switch. That way they never catch up. So I'm gonna be behind you on the first one just to make sure your arms are constantly switching. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, let go. One hand back. Now switch, switch, switch. Good. Reach. Chin up, chin up. Good, good, good. And dismount. And dismount. Good job.
Getting fast.
She's getting really fast. She's getting really fast now. Well, the more comfortable and confident you get in the water and start to manage your own splashes or get more splashes over your face, the quicker you'll learn how to kind of get rid of anything that may have caused an uncomfortable feeling or something like that. You'll start to actually anticipate them or prevent them, and they'll happen way less. Even when I get a little bit of water up my nose, it's way less uncomfortable for me now than it was back when I was a youngster or just beginning. It's certainly less uncomfortable for me than it is for someone who, like you, who's watching, who might be a beginner. For you, it's gonna cause a lot of pain and anxiety and fear. For me, it's kind of like no big deal because I've been through it 1,000 times. I know that it's not a big deal. So don't worry, you'll get to that point too. And she's starting to feel that. She's starting to splash herself a little bit extra, but it's not really bothering her as much as it would have on day 1. Good. Good. Stand up tall. Very good. Very good. All right. Now it's time to pineapple. Pineapple. Yeah. There you go. All right, so this time on the way back, you're combining 2 steps, big tall arms and reach. Up high, far back. And yep. And pineapple. You got it, you got it, you got it.
Nice.
Remember to when you pineapple that it's the opposite arm. The opposite arm. So if you try to reach like this and roll your body, it's not gonna happen. You have to take this arm in order for your body to roll. Good. And dismount. Very good. Nice. Chin back, chin back, chin back. And pineapple across. There you go.
Nice.
There's your success. So now it's steps 3 and 4, which are strong invisible hands and windmill arms, keeping the arms moving constantly. And dismount, glide. And you're there. Glad you get a little too close that time. And dismount. Good job. All right, here we go on the last part of our 4th day. Now we're gonna get her to start taking a couple of freestyle strokes and then dismount. From there, we'll take a couple of freestyle strokes and turn it into a 1-arm pineapple. 2, 1. Good. Nice. So the freestyle pulls, you wanna make sure that you're pulling water backwards. The whole point of a pull is to move your body or your vessel forwards in the water. So make sure you're pulling that water backwards. Don't just go through the motions, especially don't worry about what's happening above the water. That's called the recovery portion of the stroke. It doesn't really matter what's happening up there. What matters is what's underneath the surface, kind of like an iceberg. The majority of the work is done underneath the surface. When you pull water backwards, that's what moves you forwards. Not only does it keep you going the direction you want to go, but speed and momentum keeps you up, keeps you buoyant. Kick fast. 2 pulls. Good. Make sure you get through the second pull before you dismount. You're dismounting while this pull's still halfway in the air.
Okay.
And it's caught. You're going to trip yourself or tip yourself. There you go. On the next one, just to see, I want you to start with your left arm. Good. That was significantly better. Good job. Nice.
Whoa.
Nice. Yeah. Right on. Good. One. Nice. So you got to give me that second hand first. Okay, I'm going to take the second hand. So if you're going to start with this hand, 1, 2, and you're going to take this hand.
Oh, okay.
On your back. Now kick. Now dismount. That's how you do it. Lay back. Good job. Blow. Blow. There we go. I mean, out of your nose. If you had water in your nose, blow out of your nose.
Oh.
If the water's in your mouth, blow out of your mouth. If the water's in your nose, blow out of your nose. Roll. Good roll. Good roll. Sit up. Good. You're doing such a good job. We're running out of space.
Hey.
Pineapple. Catch your breath. Pineapple. Good job. You're ready. You're ready. If you're willing to do that for me, you're ready. The nice thing about what we're about to do is I'm going to let you stay on your back.
Okay.
Okay? So you're going to start on your back.
Okay.
Roll to your belly.
Yeah.
2 strokes. Roll back to your back, and we'll dismount from the back. This is easy.
Okay.
Okay?
You're gonna help me.
I'm going to help you the whole time.
Okay.
Head back. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Get ready with a deep breath. Chipmunk cheeks and pineapple. 2 strokes. Good. Now roll to your back. And finish on your back. And dismount. You're so strong. You said, I'm not even putting my face in the water, coach.
I practiced yesterday at the pool.
Yeah, nice.
I love to hear it.
Yeah, I love to hear that. You'll always see way more progress with just some supplemental practicing. And pineapple. Good job. So you're going to be able to do forwards and backwards all you want
Hope
with
so.
fins on, with fins on.
Correct, yeah.
And I want you to keep the fins when you're practicing for a while.
Okay.
And either until we meet again
Yeah.
or for at least a year.
Okay.
Here we go. Deep breath. Pineapple when ready. 2 strokes. 2 strokes. Pineapple again. Good job. I'm there. I'm there. Good job. Dismount. You did it. Even if you're going to swim with your face up, you're swimming.
It's true.
Yeah. Good job. Catch your breath and then lay your head back. Here we go. Roll again. Good job. Cough it out. Breathe it in. Cough it out. Breathe it in. And dismount. Good job. Now, I will warn you too that when you're here with your face up, be careful that you're not choking because your face is up and you're splashing water in.
Right.
You might be better off committing to 2 strokes and then getting back on your back again. Or committing to 2 strokes, lifting your head and getting on your back.
Okay.
Because you do a good job of lifting your head to help you roll, which oftentimes doesn't work, but some people can do it. It's because their instincts are strong enough. Some people can do it. And those are right instincts, those aren't wrong ones. All right. Might be a little far. If you know how to flip onto your own back, you got it.
Okay.
You do not need your instructor there for you anymore. It's nice, but you don't need it. Ready, go. Do it all on your own. Deep breath. Look at that.
Nice.
Go over your back, hit it up, cough and breathe. Well done on your stomach.
I'm right good.
Yeah, you're good. Well done on your stomach. Nice job. Nice job. I'm so proud of you. She got her belly, she took those strokes, and then she lifted her head up. She's swimming. She's a swimmer. 4 days. Okay. I like when you look for yourself, because you're going to start to realize just how far away you start that roll.
Okay.
Nice big breath. Nice big exhale. That was the best one yet. That was the best one yet. You can dismount. That was the best one yet.
Cool.
Cool indeed. Very cool. And you're there. Congratulations. You learned how to swim. You did it. You're welcome. And you survived 2.5 hours on your last day. Alrighty guys, well you just watched LaQuesha learn how to swim in 4 days. While she didn't have a fear of water necessarily, she did have a fear of the deep end and not being able to breathe on her own. Well now we got her rolling from her belly to her back and her back to her belly so she can swim all day. It's gonna take time, she's gonna get better at it, she keeps practicing at home. She and I will keep in contact with texting and FaceTime calls from time to time. I'll write even some of the things that she needs to work on next so that she can keep improving over the next year or so. If you found these videos helpful and you've learned something too, splash that like button, subscribe to the channel for free, buy the merch, become a member, follow on the other social media platforms. But also, if you're interested in these kind of swim lessons for yourself in person for 4 days, 2 hours each day, and you want to be on my waiting list, reach out to me by email or you can text me. I don't pick up the phone because there's too many phone calls in one day for this kind of thing. Right now, we're about 6 weeks behind in getting to people and helping them finally get their turn to get on the list to come and swim with me. So it is a long list. We're getting several hundred communications a day through comments and text messages and phone calls and voicemails and emails. So if we can keep it through emails and text messages, I promise I get to everyone on the list, but I also only respond in the order of which these requests are received. So if you reach out to me today and you're calling me and you're texting me and you're emailing me and you're wondering why I haven't responded today or within 24 hours, that's because there's people way ahead of you who have already reached out to me and I need to get to them first. But you will get a response from me eventually, so be patient. I'll be with you soon. Thanks for watching. Now get ready to rock it.